Greetings humanity, and welcome once again to Channel Other Doc. I'm Jim, I use he, him pronouns, and welcome to our campaign of Lords of Gossamer and Shadow, a diceless game by Jason Durall about powerful reality-hopping beings and a spiritual successor to the Amber Diceless Roleplaying game. We're going to go ahead and go around and say hi to everyone, once again find out who they are and who they're playing, and we will start once again with Noctua. Hello!
Hello, I'm Noctua. My pronouns are she, her. Today I am playing Dame Laudine, who is our knight in shining armor. She also uses she, her.
Excellent. And now we will head over to Mary. Hello.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mary. My pronouns are she, her. Today I am playing Kore, whose pronouns are also she, her. She is the bridge between life and death and is having a time, but it's going to be fine.
Everything will be fine. And now we will head over to Melissa. Hello.
Hi, I'm Melissa Gay. My pronouns are she, her, and I am playing Scythe, the shady rogue with a heart of gold, whose pronouns are also she, they. She's a little NB.
Excellent. And finally, we will head over to Trooper. Hello.
Hello, I am TrooperSJP, and I am playing Merlin Wicht, who is a botanist. Yes, he likes plants and making concoctions of those plants. And sometimes he feels like he lives his life backwards. It's all very exciting. I just want to say that every time Mary introduces herself, the song Mary, Mary by the Monkees just pops into my head every single time, which is cool because I do like that song. But then if you ever see me getting distracted, it's because like I'm hearing the Monkees in my head and like, yeah, the Monkees. And I think everything's gonna be great today. I've got a secret admirer who's not a trap, not some sort of evil plot. And also we're gonna go home, and they say you can't go home again, but apparently we can, and it'll be fine. Or, you know, less fine.
Well, something will happen, I'm sure. I'm sure everything will be fine. It'll be absolutely fine. And of course, I am playing Dorian, a person who is on the surface a very carefree, hedonistic sorcerer. And that is absolutely all that he is. There is no hidden depth of any kind. You can't make me. But before we hand things over to our illustrious GM, Brian, you may see us use safety tools from time to time. Like we do with the other games on this channel, we're going to be using the X card, the N card, and the O card. If we hit something that's crossing a line for one of us, any of us can type an X in the Zoom video chat or anywhere else, hold up a card, make an X symbol, and we'll back up and do something else. If something happens that we're okay having in the game, but we don't want a graphic description of it, we can type an N in the Zoom chat, and we'll fade to black on it or put it behind a veil, so it'll be there, but we won't go into detail. Finally, if we're exploring a topic or an area of roleplay that's particularly intense for us, but we want to keep going anyway, we can put an O in the chat to let us know we're okay and that we're all good to keep piling on the drama. Something else we can do is put an O with a question mark after it when we are moving into a difficult topic, or if we do or we say something and then think, maybe that might have been a little too much. Then we can also everyone can, we can put an O with a question mark in, and then everyone else can respond to that with an X, an N, or an O to let us know if we're still doing okay. We're also using the pause. If any of us needs to take some time, we can ask for a pause in the game while we discuss things, or just take a break for as long as anyone needs. Just a few content warnings. This game may contain references to betrayal, deceit, graphic combat, and violence. It may also have the potential for PvP action and or aggressive affection, depending on the player's choices. If at any point you wish to see that list in chat, that will pop up if you type !LGSCW. If you're watching live on Twitch, it'll also be showing up periodically on rotation. Finally, please remember, we have an open door policy, which means that any of us and any of you can feel free to step away from this at any time if we need to. It's just a game, and mental health is always more important. And now, without further ado, we shall hand things over to our GM, Brian. Hello.
Try that again. I'm now unmuted. Hello, I'm Brian, and I'm running this thing. My pronouns are he, him, and I have a question for 3 of you, because 2 of you are not allowed to go to Avalon yet. So the 3 of you that have been, I'm pretty sure you've been in and out of Avalon a fair amount. So my question to you is, briefly, because I'm not locking you into anything. This is just like every other time we run things. Once we're in this, if you realize this is a thing I would have done, mention that, and then we go to that. But right now, when Laudine and Mervine arrive in Avalon, what I need briefly from each of you is, what are they arriving into due to what you have done? What will they find that I'm assuming all of you were doing things intended to be helpful to them. So I think maybe we'll start with Scythe. What have you been up to?
So I have marshaled my spy network into sort of organizing the isolated pockets of resistance that exist throughout Avalon.
And there are multiple disconnected resistance groups. So that is definitely true.
Right. And with our resources, hopefully with communication and everything, we can like link them up more easily. And amongst the more martial elements that I am marshaling, I want to have created a sort of like a little guerrilla resistance movement, whereby I've got like a band of miscreants, and we go around.
Your people.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like sawing down telephone poles and the like.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. And perhaps even, making heists of sorts when funds are being moved.
Gotcha. All right. Well, that makes sense. Speaking of spy networks, what has Dorian been up to?
So I have a few friends from the Auto Club that I have brought with me to Avalon.
My sister.
No, she's not. She's not
she's
coming.
Actually, not involved in this. No.
No. No. She's not involved in this.
We were supposed to have a conversation. Darn it. Oh no, I've managed to have a conversation. Avalon. Yes, but I've managed to go to Avalon without having talked to Oleander.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Wait a minute. This seems very
I'm sure that'll happen eventually. Yeah.
Well,
I guess that's just how it happens. Yeah. I guess.
Well, sooner or later there'll be talks, I guess. Yeah, you've been busy.
Why not?
It's understandable.
I didn't think about it.
God, it'd be so funny. I'm just curious to see how far this goes before certain things happen. And that's all I'll say.
It'll be the end of the last session. They'll finally get to talk.
It'll be great. One little thing probably that would have happened during. I have a few friends from the Auto Club that I've brought with me to help. Right now, I've just had Cyril and Acacia there up until this point, and now more recently, I brought in Jordan and Phaedra, who each have their own unique perspectives, being from the worlds that they are.
Right.
So they are. They will be able to help with their areas of expertise. Basically, so now instead of 2 people in that hotel room, there are 4 people in that hotel room.
Okay.
For however, they're not there all the time.
Right.
But some of them are listening in, and we've got them like doing things, going back and forth, listening into transmissions. We're working on the existing infrastructure, trying to chisel away at it.
Got it.
Is basically what we've been doing. Whereas Scythe has a lot of agents everywhere, I have a limited number of agents.
Right.
But they're good. They're really good.
You brought in specialists.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But that said, occasionally, Scythe might get little questions like, would you like me to drop the name of your group anywhere in particular, by the way,
nice.
when we're doing things, just if you're interested?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I figured you two would be coordinating. So
That's good. I think that'll help the narrative. Speaking of which, Dorian has also been studying the narrative and the nature of this particular world, and I think he maybe he hasn't been here as long as people who live here, but he is starting to grasp some things that he can then figure out how to either use or work his way around.
Great.
But that said, we are on roughly, I think we're probably, given what feedback you've given me, I think we're roughly or somewhere around step 5 of the destabilization playbook.
Right, having made appropriate alterations for the sort of world you're in. Yes.
Trying to, yes.
Yeah.
We
Understood.
are,
Okay.
so basically real quick, just so that I have, I make sure I've got it in my head. So we've done our best to try to compromise their agents, attack or delegitimize some of their public figures, as far as not like necessarily physically attack. That's
Right.
for Scythe's people to do. But is a public bad things getting out about them. We're trying to help disrupt key infrastructure, transportation, money, etc. So trying to hack in and shut down key things at the appropriate times. We've been attempting to manipulate the media by trying to leak sensational stories. A lot of these now are featuring Scythe's group.
Right.
Not directly. We don't have camera footage of them necessarily, unless she would like us to, in which case we do. So we've been doing some media manipulation. Right now, we're trying to figure out which populist leader to kidnap to kind of help set things
That actually has been... that's the one that you don't really have a good bead on, because here's the problem. The king is the populist leader. So they don't really...
They don't really have any other figures.
He has consolidated power too much. So that's the one that's
He doesn't delegate. This is a problem. This may be over fairly quickly. We'll see.
Yeah.
So if there are legitimately no other like bully boys, big, chief bully boys for us to.
Yeah, it's not to say he doesn't have lieutenants and generals and things like that. And so that is working, but none of them. He doesn't let any of them become well known or popular enough.
Wow.
For such that kidnapping them matters.
That is insane.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll skip that step, but if one of them happens to be well known enough that it might make a tiny difference, we'll set the teleportation kidnapping to go off roughly at the time that the big guns are entering. And once the big guns enter, the thing we're working on prepping for now is turning out the lights.
Okay.
Basically.
Well, and speaking of turning out the lights, I think that brings us to Corey. So, Corey, what's been happening on your front?
Yes. Corey has been basically doing the Bene Gesserit playbook of using the fables and folklore that is already there to basically explain what we want it to, and has been basically doing like these small, like what some people may consider to be like little miracles, basically showing the coming of our King Arthur person that is Ladin, So very much of like, oh, there was a drought in this area that may or may not have been caused by Kore. Now it's a beautiful, lush landscape. Isn't that
Nice.
great? That very much she's kind of using her ability to be able to blend in and using the assumptions of her meekness
I like that.
that they don't notice her, and she's basically starting to like try and create not just like the regular miracles that we're talking about, but she also wants to start creating followers to
Oh, that's
basically
working. Okay.
yeah.
So
She's
two
everywhere
things.
right now.
Yeah, she is. Two things. First off, the Bene Gesserit thing is working remarkably well, even better than you expected it to. This place is primed for it. It's okay. So you know how you go to a place and it's really high in Umbra and all your Umbra stuff works great? This is like that, except for prophecies and stories. Like you show
Nice.
up and everything that you try to seed uh takes root immediately. So that is working great. Another thing is, yeah, you're getting some followers. Are you going by a different name here in order to attract such things?
Yeah, she'd be going by Nimoy.
Okay. And one thing that you discover is every now and then you run across a fairy ring, you know, like the patch of darkened grass and toadstools and mushrooms. After a little while, you realize that those are showing up any place you spend more than a few hours.
Mm.
Interesting to know. That's bad. Okay.
And you were like, "Yep, I was right there. I was in the center of that thing." All right,
Fun.
so I think
Okay, cool.
yeah, just letting you know. All right, so I think that brings us to Laudine and Merthine. So I think a dragon was involved. What else is going on?
I think that Merthine probably has a different idea of what's going to happen than what is going to happen because, come on.
Yeah, well, fair. Yeah, not
you know,
unusual. Yeah,
it's not unusual.
Yeah.
And so then he's like packing up, like he's got like his like a bag, like a sack. He's getting himself all ready. He's checking, like he's packing up as if he's going to go on a trip, which by the way he is. And but to home. You know, so he's got his like satchel, his bag with like lots of little vials and things. He has you know, a bag full of plants and little things that he's ready. He's not made them because he's got to get home first before he can. But he's like just noodling about trying to make sure, and he's not wearing armor or anything
Oh, right.
special. He's still looking like Merthine, and as he might do. But you know, he's got, you know, he might have things underneath his big cloak. You never know. But he looks like he's puttering about, like he's going to go on a very pleasant trip. That's, I don't know. It doesn't look like he thinks he's going to walk in with a dragon and a big hail of trumpets. He thinks they're just going to, like, I don't know, just like walk in,
just pop over, right?
just pop over, get a sandwich, maybe. Like he's preparing for something.
Yes.
I think a lot more low key, not low key, but low key that
Yes.
is probably going to actually happen. Because
Understood.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm preparing for a lot more Loki, but that's just my own.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. Yeah. So Laudine.
So, I want to do kind of one Blades in the Dark type scene of like
Absolutely.
flashback.
Yeah.
So Laudine has learned from Merthine, and she's going to go to the library. There's got to be one on the stair somewhere.
Oh yeah.
there are
There's a
many.
bunch.
Okay.
Love a library.
Laudine wants to go to the library, and she's not very experienced at it,
Fair.
but she wants to know more about the myths of Merlin. like out of character. Especially the
Oh.
whole being disconnected in time,
Right.
seeing visions, how much of that is prophecy. Because the more Merdine was talking, the more Ladine's getting really anxious. So, turnabout's fair play.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna send you a DM, GM, just for no reason.
Yeah.
Just note it.
That may answer a question I was gonna have for you, so we'll see. And if not, I'll have a question for you. So we'll see.
So yeah, Ladine's doing some extra homework, and in amongst all that, does Ladine discover the like entrapment of Merlin by Nynaeve?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Multiple versions of it, in fact. And the thing is, you've traveled through multiple Gossamer worlds. You definitely know that some things that happen in one world can echo into other worlds. And those are the stories that get told more often in a lot of cases. You will have multiple versions. Sometimes they're the same thing in each world. But it's usually, you don't have to squint too hard to figure out that, yeah, this thing is clearly born of something that happened over here. And so this is looking through the library. And now that you think about it, I'm sure you visited a few worlds in which something like this happened. But looking through the library, this is definitely something that occurs in a lot of different places. And you suspect the version in your Avalon, if it's not the original, it's one of the early ones.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So Ladine is going to uh test at last session she demonstrated to Merdine that she could contact him telepathically even without the use of Nikon. So
Yes.
she's going to demonstrate that just by like saying knock 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 hi
Yes.
from a different Gossamer world or when she's at the library or on the stair.
Okay.
Just to check that she still can.
Yes. In fact, Laudine seems like the kind of person that might test it under multiple conditions, and you haven't found one under which it does not work yet.
Okay. Yeah.
Some of them take longer, some of them the connection's worse, but you haven't found one that where you're completely cut off.
Okay. Okay. Yay. And then while she's at the library, she is going to learn everything she can about the silver dragon that
Ah,
Damien mentioned because he clearly knows who this dragon is, but
yeah.
Ladine's like, it's been 400 years. I don't remember.
Okay, so this was a dragon that you remember the name of for sure. However, what you never encountered her personally. And by the time you were into your dragon slaying career, you she was not really active.
What was her name?
Hang on, I will tell you momentarily. Because I have it here and it took me a second. Sorry about that. It's Adalia, Adalia.
Okay. Are there any myths about this particular dragon's abilities and I guess a relationship to the throne?
Um, no direct connection to the throne. However, she is basically the protector of Gaul.
Oh.
Well known to be the foremost sorcerer on the of Avalon, and a longtime rival of your gold friend.
Hmm. Okay. Ooh, okay. It's going to be very interesting.
Mhm.
And the Gaul thing is probably why you never encountered her. You didn't bother going to Gaul. Why would you?
It's Gaul. There's
Yeah.
nothing there.
The gall of it all.
Right.
All right. Uh, and then this might be too much, but I'm going to attempt. Uh, with Merdine's help, uh, Ladine would be curious to know what she can find out about uh, the true name of Owain, the evil king.
Oh. That is, I mean, neither of you knows it right off the bat. However, it would not be difficult to learn.
Bunch of research.
Yeah. Owen is a sorcerer of some note. But in Avalon, he's like below average, but still, he knows his way around some magic. But which means that actually his true name would be protected but not fully warded, meaning it would be a little more difficult to find out. However, you get the sense that just from sort of researching the general idea, because if you're researching a name, early in the process, you discover how difficult it's going to be to figure out what it is. You get a sense of the shape of it pretty quickly. So yeah, it would, it's a matter of, it would be a matter of days to actually get the true name.
Okay.
And as I will just note that while you're researching, because you've got to like get the name and then you've got to study it to understand it and get all that like goodness, I just would like to point out as like an echo that there was a moment when Merthine was like, I have these names of these two twins, but they are a very serious responsibility. They
Sure,
are,
yeah.
it's like a nuclear weapon in certain ways, right? And I'm just gonna just throw it out there that perhaps as you're researching and like meditating to study the name, you might remember the echo of Merthine's voice being like, remember though, knowing someone's true name is a very heavy responsibility. You might be tempted. The things one can do with the name could be quite sinister.
You get the hazy flashback with a lot of reverb. Yeah.
A lot of reverb there.
Yeah.
Ladine thinks about this very seriously for a moment and then says, that was season 1. Like, no, okay, so she doesn't voice this aloud, especially if Merthine's not there, but
Sure.
He's not there. It's just in your mind.
yeah, what's really going through her head is the kinds of battles that she now has to fight occur on completely different fields than the
That's
kinds
true.
of battles that she's fought before.
Yeah.
They require different logistics, different weapons, different OPSEC. Like it's different. And she needs to be appropriately armed before going into this fight. So, with Merthine's help, if he is amenable, Ladine will put in the time to try and find that
Yeah.
name.
You can definitely have done that before you go.
Yes.
So we will state that you now know Owen Mab Urian's true name.
Point of order. This is gonna be like right before we like, when you've got like the time bar that goes
Yeah.
up in your right, and it's like ticking off, and like you're like at 98%, right? Before we get to the end of that, Meridian would just note, if you're sure you want to know this, remember, when you know someone's name, you know who they are at a deep level. Are you prepared to know that about this person?
I have to. For what is before me, I have to.
All
For he
right.
is intrinsically tied to Avalon, and I can't make a difference there if I don't know.
All right. I continue to help to get to that 100% bar.
Right.
And I just do want to note this because I like noting cool things about the rules because this is where is it? It's a thing. When you know someone's name, when you know their true name, there are things that happen with that as part of it. And that is that you become let me see, let me find it. I did not bring up the page, so I'm pulling it up right now so that you know. But when you know someone's true name, you first you have to like spend a couple days in contemplation and research, right? And then concentrating on them to get the understands. But when you do this, then you know the secrets and truths of this person's innermost nature. Right? You know them on this very deep level. And it says, once you understand a true name, right? Well, first, once you know it, then you must understand it, which is another second phase. But once you understand the name in its fullness, it provides a key to knowing aspects of the being's character. Initial information is relatively superficial. The being's identity and gender and all that can be gleaned from the name. Though once a true name is known, the invoker will be able to identify the being by sight, no matter what material disguise is in place. When the true name is fully understood, the invoker gains a sense of what the being is like, such as its origins, personality, and any strong forces influencing the subject's life. So when our progress bar hits 100, that kind of intimacy would be something that you would know about Owen. As just gonna throw that there for our GM, because I'm sure there will be a follow-up question like, well, what do we know?
Yeah.
So this progress bar hitting 100, or like the very last evening that Ladine spends in search of this true name, is Merdine would recognize this as being very reminiscent of her obtaining her knighthood, like the vigil that night before. So it's a period of contemplation, meditation in a way that she indulges in in a space in Albion. It's not a chapel because there's no religion in this version of King Arthur, but it's that kind of space. There's candles.
Yeah.
And yeah, Ladine is taking this very seriously. And it's the first time that she's ever sought a true name on her own where the target didn't consent to it. So it's a big deal for her, and she hates that she has to do this, but she also understands that this is the most powerful weapon she can bring to this fight.
Yeah.
And she doesn't want to get there and realize that she doesn't have it.
Right. Fair.
So, yeah.
So I can give you more information later, but you do pick up some things rather quickly. The first word that comes to mind regarding his personality is ambition. And then anxiety, all of which stems from his relationship with his father. So historically, you have learned that Urien, his dad, is the one that conquered Orkney. So, and his father also, I mean, definitely ruled as a tyrant, not a nice guy. All of the dystopian tyrant stuff that exists now, Urien is the one that did it. He's the one that established all of this. He also ruled for several decades after conquering Orkney. He had 3 children, and Owen is the middle child. The oldest child that would have been the heir died at some point, and Owen, again, because you know his true name, was concerned about whether he would be able to basically run the kingdom that his father had established. And so just about everything that he has done is due to everything that he has done is viewed through that lens.
Two questions. Is the old king still alive?
He is not.
Okay, and then the youngest son, younger to Owain, is he still alive?
He is. And crap, hang on, I got a name. It's hang on. It's Gavrys, Gavrys.
Ooh. Okay. I don't know if you have a world building tidbit for this, but is Gavrys a part of Owain's government at all? Like perhaps as a governor of some region of Avalon or Orkney or something?
He is actually he is commander of the basically the order of knights that directly serves the king.
Gotcha. Okay. So once Ladine has Owain's true name, she is going to be she's looking to see if Owain feels any empathy for the suffering of the people or any remorse for his actions.
That is a complex question.
This can also happen,
No.
while she's in Camelot, but
Yeah. But hang on. You think you've yes, you can sense that there is some seed of empathy in there, but it is vastly overshadowed and covered over by the ambition and daddy issues.
Okay. Got it. All right. I think that's all the planning that Ladine is going to do.
Okay.
She will fret about Myrddin and his secret admirer because she doesn't know about it, but she knows Myrddin's being weird.
Yes.
And I think
Turned in a
Myrddin would
different way
just
from
say-
usual.
Yes, and I think Myrddin would say, "Oh, Your Highness, Your Majesty, Your Grace, when we arrive back home, I'm hoping we might be able to go to my cave to do a little bit of. I would like to brew up some poultices, if that would be all right, if we would have time."
Well, certainly. I have no idea what will be waiting for us, but if we are unmolested upon our arrival, then certainly.
Oh, excellent. Do you have a? We could travel somewhere near there, or do you have a location where you would like to arrive? Oh, we should probably gather the rest of our round table fellowship. So we all might be able to travel together. I imagine I'd be very excited to show them our home for the first time. I imagine they've never been there. Of course, Scythe's been there, but I imagine none of the rest of them have. And we could show them what it looks like. It'll be very nice.
I have asked our friends to help by gathering some intelligence about the current state of Avalon, so I do suspect
Oh.
they have seen what it
They've
would be
already
like.
been. Oh, Well, that's a bit of a spoiler, isn't it? They've already. I wonder if they've seen like that. There's a lovely little bridge that I quite liked. Oh, and there's a. Oh, do you remember? Do you remember in the grounds there was this lovely baker, and she made the most lovely lemon tarts. Oh, I imagine she's not alive anymore.
Probably not, but the memory of her lemon tarts shall survive with us.
Well, maybe we can find some and show them. Well, I just.
We shall introduce our friends to the fond memories we have of home.
Yes, I hope it's not too. It's a lovely place, Avalon, beautiful. I just hope it. I hope when they saw it for the first time, it still had a bit of magic and wonder to it. I hope at least.
Avalon used to be beautiful, and I did not appreciate it when I was there. It does not sound beautiful now. It will be up to us to make it so.
Yes.
So yeah, Martine has an excellent question. Where and in what manner do you wish to appear in Avalon? It's going to be the three of you, right? You're bringing the dragon?
Yes, bring in the
Okay.
dragon.
All right.
What? We're doing what?
Okay, I could have sworn this happened last episode, but
Yes, but Merdine is often very distracted, and he was really thinking about the fact that Corey is probably his secret admirer, and he was not there for the conversation with the dragon, so he kind of missed that there was a dragon situation going on because he was a little distracted.
Yeah, he didn't go to that. That's true.
Yeah.
oh yes. Demian wants to go back home as well. You
Oh,
remember he came with me from
Yes.
Avalon, and well,
yes.
he hasn't been home in quite some time.
Oh, well, that means we'll have to go through the large gate.
He's been very excited.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh, we'll have to go through the large gate out. And what would be a good location? We should probably ask our fellowship where if they have preferences as well. Well, you need a gate that's big enough for a dragon. Door-wise, let me think.
Well,
We'll need a gate.
dragons are adaptable.
Oh, yes. Well, the front gate of this place, Albion, is large enough to work as a door, and it is, after all, a door. Not a little door, but a big door. I have to think about the doors on Avalon and which one is a good enough size to fly through. I'm going to think about this while we're waiting for our fellows to arrive. Will they be coming with us? Or are they already there? Are they already there?
I'm pretty sure everyone's already
Yeah,
there.
there should be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deployed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ladine had worked with Scythe last session, and please correct me. She wanted a setup where Demuth could show up and be like, "Grr, I'm a dragon," and be very impressive.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that Scythe would have arranged something like that.
So
good game.
that is definitely doable. Scythe's exploits have always been for the once and future king type situation. So we're ginning up anticipation and excitement. And I don't think it would be that big of a stretch to engineer a situation where a whole ton of people were gathered in one spot for reasons which just involve looking at a gigantic dragon and setting
So-
King's Return.
One of the things that Corey has been planning was for basically a very overly long eclipse.
Nice.
Like most eclipses are over within 10 minutes, sometimes longer. She's having this last multiple days, making it look like the sun has gone away.
Right. And then really bright dragon shows up. Is that how that's
Mhm.
working? Nice. I love it. Okay.
Right.
And plus, we're
golden
planning on a
dragon.
power outage, so I figure that'll dovetail
That'll
rather
do.
nicely.
Yeah.
I think everything just clicked together. I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, Yes. Merdine, you open the gate. I'm assuming
Now,
yeah, go ahead.
remember, he has been very distracted. So he's like, he just thought, and then like, oh no, they're already there. Well, all right, well, you indicate this. And so of course I imagine the gate of Avalon, like one of the main sort of Albion, the gates of Albion is a door, so that you can sort of like open the doors and then, if you wish, go somewhere else. And since Laudine and I know doors to Albion, we can go, I believe, from here to there
Right.
without going through the stair. We can just directly hit there.
Yeah, exactly.
And so as long as I imagine he would have gotten a location. He would have gotten a location of where to go. And he's like, oh, I don't know this. Well, I mean, I have not been through this door before. Oh, why? All right. And he's just a little like he's been spending all this time studying to get ready to do preparation that he needs to do when he gets there. So he's been distracted, not just with preparations, but with also thinking about like how to sort of figure out if Corey is the actual secret admirer or not. So he's a little off his game.
Okay.
And he's like, oh, all right then. And so then he sort of opens the door so that they can, Dame Laudine can fly through.
So yeah, the gate opens. You appear, and upon arriving in Avalon, first off, it still feels like Avalon. Everything you're sure you're in the right place. You never lost that sense of what home feels like. It's also completely dark for about half a second, and then the dragon that you are on glows like the sun, and seems to just take this in stride, just like, yeah, obviously I'm glowing. And then there are a whole bunch of people in the area to see this happen. And the dragon says, much has changed, and yet nothing has.
There are a lot of people here. Oh.
And, okay, you hear Merdine say that, and then halfway through whatever last word he said, it's like someone turned off the sound and he's gone.
So, you know how Laudine has been contacting Merdine and practicing in a whole bunch of different scenarios? I'm contacting Merdine.
Okay, first off, you make the contact, which also means, given the way that this works, you know where he is, or at least how far away he is, which is several miles. But so yes, you can contact him. Merdine, I'll need to let you know where you are real quick. You know how you said you needed to get back to your cave?
Well, I did, yes.
You're in it. You're totally in your cave. That's the good news. Bad news is you can't get out.
What do you mean? Well, first off, I don't think I've tried yet. I think
no, but this is your cave. You are aware of everything about the cave.
Oh.
You know that this is you know that there are no exits to this cave. You know how you know the stair. You know the cave. You know the cave better.
Oh.
So that's two things. You're about to hear Laudine's voice, but you hear another voice before you hear hers, and you recognize the voice before you turn around. It's Igraine, and she says, "Hello, darling.
Oh.
We have work to do."
Hello. I wasn't supposed to go through here this door, though I did want to.
No, darling. You were always supposed to go through here.
Oh, yes. I suppose. Yes, we have work. I do have work to do. I do.
Think about where you are.
Oh, this cave looks a bit different than the last time.
Yes, I believe it's bigger.
Yes.
And there's a new person in charge of Avalon, and do you know he refused my help?
Oh, well, that's not wise. That's rude. It's impolite.
I believe it's time we show him the error of his ways, don't you?
Well, yes, I assume so, yes. I do. Dame Lordine is back. We were going to.
Yes, I know. I've seen the signs.
Oh, 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 oh.
At which point, Ladine, you get in touch with Merdine.
Did you do that on purpose?
No.
Are you all right? Where are you?
Well, I'm in my cave.
Are you hurt?
I'm here. What?
Are you hurt?
No. No. Unfortunately, it seems like it's high tide, and the entrance is blocked, and I can't get out at the moment. But it's all right. I'm here. I'm here with Igraine. Who's here in my cave? And we're
Do you wish to remain there?
Oh, we're going to. We're doing.
I have a
what?
dragon and I'm not afraid to use it. If you want me to come get you, I will.
Oh, no. I imagine you're right now in front of a huge group of people. You should be shining in your armor and make a brilliant speech so that they will love you as much as I do. So do that, and I'm here. We're going to work on trying to stop Owain, I imagine. Here, I was going to make some potions and poultices. I think everything will be all right, I think.
Igraine has in fact set up your work area exactly like it used to be.
Oh, that's lovely. Yes. So I'm at my cave. You know where I am. I'll be here making a few poultices. I'm just not used to skipping this way. Please don't hold your
Oh, all right.
audience waiting.
Sorry, one out of character comment for GM. Does Ladine know Igraine? Because I am getting my in character and out of character knowledge confused.
Absolutely. So you do know Igraine. However, I don't suspect. Okay, you know that Merdine had a life before he became a squire.
Yes.
And you know Igraine was part of that. But I also am suspecting Merdine probably didn't talk about his life before being a squire a whole lot. So you know that she was a person that was important to him, and that might be all. Although, Merdine, you can determine anything else you may have told her.
I think the tricky thing about Merdine is he lives in kind of like slightly his timelines are a little bit confusing. And so I think in some ways there's this kind of thing where his life with Igraine happened after this moment while also happening before this moment, if that makes any sense.
And it may well have. Yeah, it is weird. Yeah.
Oh, you live Doctor Who time.
Yeah, basically. I think Merdine lives a little bit Doctor Who time. And
yeah, that's actually a good way to put it. That's exactly what it is.
So he wouldn't have told you because he was very young at the time, but also he wasn't, right? Like there's
right.
He lives in this. I think he lives in Doctor Who time, and so it's one of the reasons why he's always so absent-minded. It's because his timelines are a little bit weird, and so you would have heard of Igraine, but probably in this way where he's like, "Did I know it?" Like these, it's like randomly, like he would have mentioned something very important to him, and then, but he sort of forgot, and then
you have to admit new verb tenses to explain it, right? So. Yeah.
Yes.
Got it. Yes. So in that case, I think what's happened is you've heard her mentioned before, and you know that she is of this world. You also know that she is not originally of Avalon, or necessarily Orkney. She's generally referred to as being from far away, but you've never heard. You've never heard Merdine refer to her as any kind of a threat.
Merdine doesn't refer to Lucian as a threat. That doesn't mean it's not true.
I'm merely stating facts. Yes, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Merdine seems unharmed and at least not being coerced at the moment. Okay.
So a quick update on what's going on here. The people clearly noticed the big glowing dragon. Some of them have fallen to their knees. Some of the other ones are not doing that, but they are still, no matter who you are or what you're doing, there's, big glowing dragon shows up, you're gonna look at it. So you're getting the reaction, the extremely surprised reaction you would expect because dragons are not unknown here still, but they are extraordinarily uncommon. Especially, well, you don't know this yet, but you will soon learn that this is the first dragon that's been seen in Avalon in a really long time. So yeah, people are reacting strongly, I think, is the best way to put it. And quick question: I feel like Scythe might be there. Are you in the crowd?
Yeah, actually, not just in the crowd, but giant glowing dragon appears, clearly a threat to the current ruler of the realm. I have taken, I guess, a counter sniper position,
Oh, nice.
and like have my people positioned so that if any of
Okay.
the guards or whatever or the
Absolutely.
knights
Okay.
try to like shoot the dragon down, that we are in a position to prevent them from doing that.
Makes sense. Okay.
So- Can I be dramatic?
Please.
So Laudine is going to make her appearance in her usual getup. So it's the plate mail.
Yeah.
Because she's trying to make that statement. And she's got Fontes in its biggest
Nice.
form, which is like the big like Buster sword. She looks like Cloud Strife. So I'm going to pretend, and please correct me if it doesn't work, that she's gonna like thaumaturgy up so that people can hear her talk.
Sure. Yeah, you could definitely do that.
Okay, and
We
she's
can
going
transmit you also if you
Oh,
like.
yeah.
Yay!
Jordan is in the crowd with a camera right now.
Nice.
And
Cameras on Avalon.
we're controlling the broadcast right now, I think, or if
Right.
not, I have a spell that does it. So
You are. Yeah.
either way, we'll get
It's working.
We'll get your message out if you like.
All right. So Laudine addresses the crowd at large, and she will say, I can't be as dramatic as I want to be in the accent, so I'm just going to do it normally. Sorry.
Okay.
So she will say, people of Avalon, too long have you been living in darkness. Your suffering has echoed throughout time and space to revive not only the sleeping monarch under the mountain, but Avalon's greatest creature. And, dragon glows bright and shiny. This is your opportunity. And she keeps it really short and sweet, just stops there. But it's to make the point. She's going to have Demuth, the dragon, fly like not quite circles, but like a big arc from one end to the other so that the cameras in the crowd can see the trail.
Nice.
Because the dragon's the single point of illumination right now. So you see the trail of the dragon go by.
I think as the dragon's going up, Corey is using the Umbra to make it so the sun begins to appear
Lovely.
after the dragon's flight.
Good. Okay. And yeah, so the dragon asks where you would like to be taken.
I presume I would know where Scythe has been holing up with organization of rebels. Yeah.
Definitely.
Scythe and her merry men.
Yes. So we are going to join forces with the rebellion.
Okay.
Yes. And I think once we manage to get all the troops together, we will take the fight to the king.
Okay, so the dragon does in fact take you exactly wherever it is you want to go, and then says, And now I have an appointment in Gaul. And flies. Gaul's east, right?
East.
Yeah,
East.
it had to be. There we go. Okay. And then just flies due east. After giving you a it's a bow from the neck. It is it's the sort of thing that a monarch gives to a fellow monarch and flies off.
Mhm. Ladine will say not good luck, because clearly he doesn't need it. He's gonna win, but to enjoy himself.
The expression he gives, you now know, is a smile, but it's terrifying, and it just flies off. So right now, you and Scythe are definitely together, along with anyone else that wants to be there. So Scythe, can you describe the? Tell me it's a forest encampment, right?
Right.
Okay.
And we throw off our metaphorical tree camo and, take up our arms and pledge ourselves to the monarch that has returned.
Oh,
Nice.
And Ladine looks at Scythe going, you don't need to do that, and like picks you up.
Drama!
Yes.
Oh, just tell us where to go.
Points with the sword kind of northwest of current position. Well, the castle's over there, and I've heard you have all been doing some wonderful work undermining a wall.
That we have. In fact, at your word, Your Majesty.
Not yet, but eventually. All right. Look. We need a little more firepower. Is Corey around?
Double checking. Do we have any arachnophobia ick at this table?
Not me.
not me.
I had a pet spider, so.
Oh, that's true.
Okay.
You did.
I always like to check. Okay, so then.
Thank you for asking, but yes.
But so a little like green, like jade, and black, almost like a like the ink splatter kind of coat where it's kind of iridescent. Spider kind of just crawls up onto a log as like she just transforms from it, and just stretches. Very much a power set that Atropos always used a bird. And you see her just like do like big stretch as she's like wearing more of her like sci-fi garb and get up that almost looks like a like crystalline like second skin on her that like transforms into a dress, very water-like. But she will just say, I hope the show was good.
'Twas excellent. Well done. You, my friend, have a flair for the dramatic.
I'd
So
say
I've been
it's
told.
about to bring down the house.
I think that was your job.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Not to distract it too much, but I've lost Merlene, not intentionally. Someone called Igraine has forcibly kidnapped Merlene off the back of Demuth as soon as we arrived. Last I heard from him, he is safe, and does not consider his kidnapper to be a threat. He is doing what he wanted to do, but apparently can't leave. Now, we have an entire world to liberate, and he seems fine, so we might go deal with that and then spring him. Or, see, personal's not the same as important, and I can't ignore the suffering of a world just because Medine has decided he wanted to be kidnapped.
Yeah, may I listen in on the icon on this while you're having this
Yeah,
conversation? Is
yeah,
that okay?
absolutely. Yeah.
I just you'll briefly in the back of your head you'll hear Dorian said, "Oh well, I'll have Wilkins try to keep an eye on him if I can."
Please, yes. Ladine is going to try and send to you through the icon the location of the cave so you know where to look for Merdine.
I think this cave is particularly hard to find. I think it is warded all up the wazoo, and also at high tide, you can't even get inside of it.
Yeah, you are exactly right, and icon communication is blocked.
Ooh.
Okay.
Now I'm very glad I prepped. Oh my god.
I took there are these photographs. You can find it like Arthur's Cave in Tintangle, and like it's really cool, but like when it's high tide, you cannot get into that cave anymore because so I imagine it's this kind of, and there's like the myth that there's like a very narrow stairway, so like if you're trying to invade it, like it's no good.
Yeah.
So yeah, and there's actually a little carved statue, like a face into the wall above in real life. It's very cool. Anyway, I just imagine this is not one of those caves you can easily get to. Yeah.
All right. So, pending rescue mission for our lost botanist. After we go kick the king's ass. Let's go.
All right, so I'm going to tell you. Okay, first off, obviously it's going to take like actual force of arms to take the castle. However, looking around, between Scythe and between all three of them, between Scythe and Dorian and Corey, it's going to be a matter of and word is spreading because of the dragon thing. So it's going to be a matter of hours to gather the appropriate people to take the castle. However, you are certain if you have enough people, that's going to work. Not a problem. And so we can actually elide a whole lot of that. But my question to you is, what are Laudine's intentions towards the king himself, I guess?
So Ladine had asked initially about empathy and remorse. And when she gets to see the king in person, she's going to ask those questions again. Because her interpretation is that the king is acting out of fear because of all the daddy issues. Like he is scared of letting down the spirit of his father, or however he wants to conceptualize that. But that in her mind, that does not justify all the suffering of the people.
Absolutely.
So if she can make the king repent of his actions and realize her point of view, then she's like, okay, essentially we will throw him in prison and deal with you when I'm not worried about Merdine.
Interesting. Okay. So
and Merdine's making potions.
Yeah, you are.
Ready.
And yeah, you needed the time to do it, and now you're kind of forced to do it. So, well, I don't know, you're not, but you're in the place where potions get made.
And also, once he sees his old stuff again, right? He's just like, ooh, right? And because he's brewing potions to help his fellows.
So magic,
also remembering things. Yeah.
Magic is particularly magic of both sorcery and enchantment are particularly powerful here in Avalon, and sorcery and enchantment are even more powerful within your cave. The things that make it, the things that can turn it into a prison, are the things that a part-time prison are also the things that make it really, really good for what you're doing right now. It's almost like you planned it and didn't want to be distracted while you were making your stuff.
But I can't remember what I must have done.
Yeah. And Igraine proves to be a more than capable assistant on this.
I imagine it's also like trying to remember of all the different weird dreams, like with Igraine, like, where were we? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's that, it's
Yeah.
like, so he's like trying to brew and he's trying to remember, because then he's thinking, well, wait, what does that mean about Lord Dean? If that, but then was like, there's these timelines and ancestries and relationships that he's trying to piece back together, because he's like, wait, I think I went in disguise to become a squire. And he's like remembering these, because he has been doing he was a mysterious Merlin who had to go undercover so
Yep.
that Laudine wouldn't realize that he was Merlin, right? And so he was just a squire. But of course, then that's all he remembers. But then he's remembering that actually, no, wait a minute, that wasn't the case. And so he has a lot of alternate identities that
Yep.
exist, and the way that he doesn't give them away is he forgets the other ones, right? So he's always in a process of remembering, oh, that's right. And so here he is with Igraine, who one of him, not the squire, but the other one, knew very, very well. And he's like, that's right. And like when they're like passing each other, like the mortar and pestle, it's so easy.
Yeah. Very
and-
familiar.
Very familiar. And he's like unpeeling back parts of the squire that was sitting on top of the druid, right?
Yeah.
And like in this moment, it's a very odd sort of remembering the kind of like that it's like when you go deep undercover and you lose yourself in the squire, right? And he's like
Yeah.
peeling back parts of that as he's working on making these poultices, these potions, and these tinctures, and it's like a dual moment of wanting to hurry, but he also is very, very fastidious and measured. There is a speed to it, but
Yeah.
it's not one that other people would necessarily notice, because everything has to be perfect, right? In this particular
Yep.
way.
And Igraine, quickly you fall into a rhythm where she's handing you things before you ask for them. And then at one point she says, when the dust settles on this, let's figure out what we are to each other now.
Yes. And I want to apologize for...
No, darling. Time is a flat circle. It's already happened.
Thank you. And he just smiles and he goes, I think I'm much younger than I used to be. And again, because he looks older than he ever has been, right?
Right, right.
There's a kind of like a, he exists in time in such a way. Well, and he just smiles and he goes, it's good to see you again.
And you. I'm looking forward to the new regime. Let's do our part.
Yes. Whew. Where's that flame? Right?
And speaking of which, I think we cut to what does it look like? You've finally got people together, but I need to explain a couple of things real quick. You've got you don't have universal support by any means, but you definitely have enough people that would like for Owen to quit being king to storm the castle. That's not a problem. First off, you just got a bunch of particularly you've got a bunch of people that were directly oppressed. Those are the easy ones. I have a feeling that's a lot of what Scythe brought to the table. You also, however, have people that are obviously true believers. These are the ones with the swords, and these are the ones that have memorized the prophecies. You've got a significant chunk of them, and then you've got people that are wearing the livery of House Thorn. But the thing is, it looks like that livery has not been worn in a long time. They've just brought it out for this.
Interesting. So, I think Dorian's help here could be kind of instrumental in unifying the messaging about
Oh,
what
definitely.
we're
That's a
doing
good
here.
call. Yeah. Okay.
Of just like the current goal is to overthrow the king, and that's a feat of arms, and like it. Ladine knows that there will be a whole host of problems about regime change later.
Right.
But she's not advertising any of that. She's focused on,
Okay.
we're going to overthrow the king. This is a right now, right here. If you have a sword, grab it. Let's go.
And that is a thing that all of the groups that I mentioned are definitely behind. It's obvious to you that they're behind it. Some of them are behind it for different reasons, but that doesn't matter. They definitely are like, yeah, they are ready.
Yes. So we're gonna go storm the castle.
Okay, and is Ladine literally leading?
Yes.
I'm not sure why I bothered asking.
She's
She's gonna be in front, right? Okay, I just had to check.
This is the easy part.
That's a fair point. Okay, so because everything is, okay, for people that are not familiar with this game, for viewers and listeners, I do need to point something out. There is an attribute called warfare, and warfare is literally what it sounds like. It's how good you are at war. It goes from how good you are at a sword fight to how good you are at a large scale battle. It covers strategy and tactics and a bunch of other things. Ladine is particularly good at warfare. Ladine can also tell, not only Ladine, every single one of, except for Mervine, but that's okay because you're not there. Every one of you that is directly involved in this, you can see that this is going to work. There will be casualties on both sides. That's just how this goes. There is no way to take this castle without losing people on both sides. However, the defenders of the castle, they're going to lose a lot more people than the attackers. So that part is going to work. Your goal is, I'm assuming, take the castle, reach the king. Is that what you're doing?
Yep.
You will do that. Now, having said that, obviously you're sieging a castle. It takes a couple of days, but by the end of it, you have your people in the castle, and you are wherever you want to be. But did anyone else have any? Yeah, so Dorian.
I just wanted to briefly describe a thing.
Please do.
Let me know. Please let me know. Actually, Dorian will ask to let him know when because he's going to be getting out messaging, right?
Yeah,
part of what
you've been doing that the whole time, right?
Yeah, and part of what Dorian personally is going to be involved in when we get to the actual siege is humiliating the other side.
Not a problem.
So
you got a lot of material to work with, by the way.
At points that Ladine deems appropriate, he will appear kind of in a puff of smoke, just basically kind of playing the trickster god.
Nice.
And he will smile, and to draw out guards and what have you, it will begin raining fish.
Nice.
Because you see him cast, he's using linchpins, by the way.
Nice.
While he's casting his spells.
That's how serious this is.
That's how serious this is, but also it's because that plays better.
It does, actually.
And
it 100% does. Well, and one of the advantages that you have here, and also one of the reasons you have to use linchpins, is because magic is supercharged here. So actually, the location linchpins are going to actually make your spells more powerful.
Oh, good.
So yeah, absolutely.
Well, the deal being, it rains fish as guards come out. When enough of them come out into an area we want them, they will then be swept away by a tidal wave of Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yes. Also, you have, I don't know if you did this intentionally, but you just manifested fish and created wine in a castle under siege.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, just so we're clear.
All right, we will take a break momentarily. Actually, do we want to take a break now and then come back to Ladine and the King? Okay.
That sounds good.
That seems like a good break point, and then we can again, we skipped over a lot of stuff. Anything that we decide happened during that time, we can come back to. But right now, because that was going to work, it totally worked. and we will come back in a few minutes, I guess.
All right. We will be back shortly. See you soon. Greetings! Once again, we have returned. And stuff is happening.
Indeed it is. So, I guess I will set the scene, and then a couple of things are definitely about to happen. So, we have got to, the first thing I think we need to do is, like I said, just describe what's happening. So, there was a siege. It didn't quite take 2 days because, a certain wall was easily knocked down, things like that. But it was, we'll call it a day and a half, which does in fact make it one of the quickest sieges in the history of sieges. Yeah. So basically, Laudine and the various ragtag troops that have survived to make it into the castle have either defeated or chased off any serious defense. There are still pockets of fighting in a couple of places, but those are not going to last much longer. You have it on good authority and that the king is in fact holed up in the throne room and surrounded by the King's Guard. And Mervine, did you have an appearance to make before other things happen?
It's a split. One is a little bit earlier, before he goes to he's going to go and start working on his making these poultices, and he begins to work, and then he sort of goes for his glasses, but he doesn't have glasses, and he's looking for these things that he's used to having, but some of them he doesn't have, and some of them he does, and he goes inside of his sort of cloak, and he pulls out this thing that some people have seen him with multiple times. It's one of these things. He just has a lot of things on him all the time, and most of them are not necessarily important. And he pulls out this stick that he has. He has a little stick, as if he was looking for it, and he finds this stick. And when he looks at this stick, he looks at it, and it sort of transforms the way it looks, and it's actually a wand made of wood. And he's like, that's what I was looking for. That's right. Hello, I've missed you. And then he goes to sort of make all of these potions.
Got it.
But that's a little bit earlier.
Right.
I think when he arrives is right when you're about to go through the doorway. Is the king in his grand ballroom?
He's in the throne room.
He's in the throne room.
Yeah, big double doors. It's exactly what you think it is.
Yeah, big double doors. And I imagine you're all about ready to go into the big double doors to confront the king, right? And before you can get to the double doors, they open. And on the other side of the double doors, there's a cave. And he sort of steps through, Meridian steps through, and he closes the doors behind you. You're like, there you are. I've been looking all over for you. Hello.
Sorry, I was on mute. Merlene, there you are. Are you all right?
Oh,
What's
yes,
kept you?
yes.
What happened?
Oh, am I early?
I don't know. What time are you expecting to arrive?
I
It's
don't.
exactly 14:53.
Oh, my. Hello. And he sort of looks at you. What are you wearing? Because you're now in a kind of I want to know what everybody's wearing, because we're all in a kind of a techno medieval
Oh,
world
definitely.
Oh, sorry. Well, I already hero forged what I
Which is
was
amazing.
wearing.
But I want
So
you to
I'm-
say it out loud so everyone knows.
Absolutely. I'm in sort of a like a Robin Hood costume, but in like a superhero milieu with cool ultra weave body armor, and I've got multiple ranged weapons strapped to my back, and I look extremely cool, because that is part of the Robin Hood mythos, is you have to look extremely cool, at least in the modern retellings of the tale. I'm over here with my my buddy Will and my buddy John and my buddy
Nice.
Freitag. Yeah, so we're all good.
Freitag's nice, like him.
Yeah. He's a little I mean, he's a little hedonistic, but
It's fine.
You hang out with Dorian, it's fine.
Yeah.
we're used
I mean,
to
true.
it.
There's
Yeah.
been so much. There's been so much hedonism in between things going on. I just have to explain. way too much, actually. More than would normally be the case. Dorian is wearing wearing the same sort of color scheme that he normally does, but it's sort of a weird sort of futuristic sort of shirt and trousers, and with a sort of a slightly bulkier kind of street mage coat, essentially, with sort of studs on it, and a big sort of swathed cape that goes out into two tails. And also he's wearing this. He has always been wearing, not even taking them off, but this pair of sunglasses, red tinted sunglasses, slightly red tinted. That most of the time he just wears them like this. Occasionally he'll pull them down like this. Folks who, again, are watching for such things will note that he's in, even when he's not wearing them like this, but is a little more intensely interacting with it. But there is some sort of spell going on with the glasses. In addition to whatever other spells that he's got, the one or two other spells he has running on him constantly while he's here, basically.
So
And-
Vladimir
he's
also
got-
has like
What does Corey look like?
So Corey is wearing it almost looks like a second skin like armor, but it has these it almost looks like flowing water mixed with plant life.
Ooh.
That it has like this like crystalline material where like when the light hits it, there's like a refraction sheen to it that makes it so she can kind of sneak and camouflage herself in different ways. Definitely, I would say through this fight, like as we were like doing the siege, similar to how Scythe works, like in the shadows, she very much like used shadows to like jump in and out of to attack people, and then back into the shadow using that this like second skin like armor to like camouflage herself. But she probably comes out of a shadow when Merdine comes in, kind of double checking to make sure that wasn't someone that was going to try and kill us, and then just oh, okay, it's fine, we'll go back to shadows.
I will also just briefly note, because Scythe mentioned hers, that two of Dorian's friends from his auto club are here with him, whom you may or may not have met. Cyril and Phaedra seem to be hanging out here for some reason. Cyril is carrying a camera, and they're both appropriately dressed for the for this place.
And I think Merdine is not dressed in a techno-futuristic way. He's actually dressed even older than he would have been before, as if it's similar, but there's like the cut and the fabric looks maybe like 200, 300 years older than the life that he'd been living back when he was a squire. It just has, and it looks slightly nicer embroidery on the corners. Yes. So he just looks even a bit more out of time in that way. But he still has his satchel, but his satchel is now sort of like leather, when before it was like fibers. He goes, oh, well, I have something. Good. Excellent. And he goes into this satchel and he pulls out some like stoppered glass bottles, and he goes, all right. this one is for you, and it's sort of it's like a. It looks like a. If any of you have had any kind of like a. It's got that brown sort of color of like a Jägermeister, like all those kind of like medicinal sorts of beverages that are quite strong. You know how it is. Yes. All right. So first off, yeah, Laudine, did you see what you were wearing?
No, would you like me to?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So Laudine does have a costume change. She's got a techno-futuristic outfit.
Nice.
Yes, and there is a hero forge of this. But her outfit is kind of like fancy, like futuristic leather alternative that is like gradient blue highlights with like a black patterning and metallic shines to it. Her ginormous sword is now in the shape of a futuristic gun that goes pew.
Nice.
So he pulls out these sort of poultices, and he goes, all right, well, these are, after all, things you must drink, so they do not last forever. I would say about 8 hours or so. So please. And he hands two pairs of potions to Laudine, but then also to Scythe, and then also to Corey, and then also to Dorian. So 2 pairs. It's like, you have to drink them up right away. You don't want to lose their potency. Come now.
You're not like a
Andy with
fake
the Eidolon.
Mervine that's trying to.
Yeah. Laudine is going to mentally like ping Merthine and just make sure it's him.
That is an excellent thought, and yeah, in fact, it seems to be more him than usual.
Once the Eidolon has been activated, none of this works anymore. It's all been diffused and destroyed. So none of the enchantments work anymore because it is the way that enchantment works is that Eidolon destroys all enchantments.
That wasn't Eidolon.
Magic. He said he uses Eidolon to check. Dorian uses Eidolon to check. So
Just
That
the one
one-
that was just one of the ones that was in my hand. I wasn't trying to use it actively though.
No, it can. In this particular case, it can work passively. So he would have to effectively. He would have to interact with it directly with the Eidolon for it to screw up the enchantment.
because magic, Eidolon destroys magic. So
It does.
you sort of,
But
yeah.
in this case, what it is the Eidolon he's basically using the Eidolon passively to observe the properties of it more than anything else. So the good news is that also, Dorian, you are well aware if you poke any of these things with the Eidolon, yeah, it'll fuck them up. But
Also with Umbra. Any of the great powers will
either of the big towers will screw them up. But fortunately, all of the practitioners here are well aware of that. So if you wish to screw up the potion, feel free. But you are it's easy to avoid, which is the good.
No, I'm mostly just giving Merthine an extra look, just,
Yeah, and a good analogy would be like handling something really, really fragile. You just don't want to. You don't want to jostle it with a major power.
Right.
It's really what it is.
Makes sense.
So, Merthine, what exactly does this do? I must say, it doesn't look particularly appetizing.
Oh, it's not. You won't like how it tastes at all. Unless you do. How do you feel about eucalyptus? Do you like a very eucalyptus sort of strong, fermented eucalyptus?
I would like to know that the effect that this particular unappetizing brew bestows will be worth the foul taste.
It will, but you have 2 each, and also I need your sword. Oh, not a sword. Gun. Go, let's go. And can I have please let me have your weapon. I don't have a lot of time.
Yes, fine. Mhm.
Tastes so bad.
Oh, it's so bad. Wait, do I have to drink both of them?
Yes. The other one is sickly sweet though. So it's a slightly different sort of
Oh.
taste.
Merdine, you have been missing, potentially kidnapped against your will for the past day and a half. You arrive all of a sudden, ask me for my weapon moments
You can
before
hold
I'm
it
going
if you
to
like.
use.
I
Are
just-
you all right? Are you under duress?
No. And he pulls out like another sort of. This one's not in a glass bottle. It's like in a like a beeswaxed sort of bag. It's like
Okay.
tied up. So please, if you would. By the way, once you've taken that potion, for the next 8 hours, you are invulnerable to conventional weapons.
Ooh.
You are psychically neutral, which makes it harder for people to use psychic powers against you. That's the first one. That was the invulnerability potion. And then the other potion is a healing potion. For the next 8 hours, you will regenerate any damage to you in rapidly. So you're feeling strong and hardy, I would put it that way.
Ooh.
Wow.
Healthy. I feel healthy. I feel the opposite of getting
gross-tasting.
stabbed.
It's gross tasting, though. It is super gross tasting because people didn't use a lot of sugar back then, so it's just super gross tasting.
Yeah.
But it is. You've got invulnerability to conventional weapons. You have got you're basically psychically neutral, so it makes it harder for people to get you. And also, that's the second potion gives you regeneration. And he goes, Your Grace, may I?
Yeah. And yeah, Ladine will hand over. It is a gun now,
please.
but
Please hold it yourself. I don't want to hold it. And do you mind?
of course.
And he opens up this thing, and there is a gross, it's like Vicks Vapor Rub, a nice sort of oily thing.
Menthol camphor.
Yeah, it's like a menthol.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he starts rubbing it into the weapon. This one took me a little bit of time, and he sort of rubs it in all nooks and crannies, and it sort of like, with a little bit of a flash of light, sort of melts in. He goes, all right. Your Grace. What I have done for that is it's a little bit of, well, the research on true names will make this a little bit even more effective. Now, your weapon, at least for the next 8 hours or so, will be deadly against Owain, is tied to his true name.
Ladine will drink the potions. And Merdine, you realize this does not change Ladine particularly much.
That's true.
She's got some good armor, I know.
Yeah.
But he's like, he's trying to be helpful. Yeah.
Yes. The psychic neutrality is the major difference. The rest of it she's got.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is that is going to interact with the jelly particularly interestingly, because it's sort of one of those achievement unlocked tags when you do that.
Oh dear. Okay.
So if I'm correct in my understanding of the rules, the way the rules work is that everybody, you don't roll dice, everybody has a rank, right? And if your rank beats their rank, then you beat them. But you can have kickers that can give you bonuses to offset those things. So there's some deadly on you for you, but also I did use my special wand, so that's going to be like a +2, if that makes any sense in your effectiveness.
Yeah, I got you.
And so all of my potions are going to give you bonuses to that, as well as with a kicker, because I use my he didn't realize he had it, but he did. It's a very special, important applewood wand that is tied to enchantment itself.
Oh, that's where I left it.
That's where I left it. But rub down the weapons, he'd given you all, and he actually does have 2 for himself, but he forgot to take them. As he's like, all right, we can go.
Merdine,
Yes.
are you not forgetting something? Well, you can't ask us to taste the foul-smelling potion and not participate.
Oh, I forgot. Yes.
Not polite.
Yes, please
I
join
have a
us.
theory. That magic in Avalon really smells bad.
I think you're right. It
And-
works remarkably well, and it's
Yeah.
kind of gross. Yeah.
And he drinks these potions, and it's like he thinks they taste awesome. Like you can tell that he's just like he probably actually quite likes this taste. Maybe he could make it a little bit less gross, but I think he likes it very much, and so he doesn't do.
Yeah.
anything
He's
to-
like, he's like, and I'm going to point out a specific person. He's like my wife, who actually enjoys the taste of salmiakki and would probably drink Malort.
You're talking about salmiakki, Swedish bitters. Yes, all the bitter flavors. Yes.
Yeah, he likes Malort. He
Yeah.
likes Fernet. All those things. He likes it.
That's it.
He has done nothing to mitigate the flavor.
Would not have occurred to him. Yeah, got it.
Nope.
Okay.
Very earthy magic. Very,
I like it.
Very herb-like.
Yes, Jim.
Hi. There are a couple of things that are going on in the corner I just wanted to verify real quick.
Fair.
I think we're probably good, but because the first thing just going down is a brief check-in with Wilkins to make sure it's like, is this him? And
So
what has he been doing?
Yes, Wilkins confirms that he only just was detectable, but yeah.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
I've showed up now.
Did the Eidolon tell me anything about tell me these things or any of this about the potions?
oh, I mean, yeah, it's they are particularly well-crafted enchantments.
Okay.
And like all enchantments, they are only good on this world. If you leave
Do
this
they-
world before the 8 hours goes up, they will quit working.
Do they interact directly? I know everything interacts indirectly, but
To
do
some
they
extent,
interact directly with the narrative of the world, the story
Oh.
aspect?
Actually, yes, but only because Mervine did it.
But also in the myths, he has some shape-shifting potions he has not given you. But
Yeah.
the myths, the only way that the group were able to sort of like defeat, there was a big battle, and they went to Merlin, and they were like, "What can you do?" He's like, "I could use my ability to use potions to help you out some." And
Yeah.
so this
Yeah.
is actually part of the myth of Mervine, his potion making.
Yep. So
But he forgot
that's
it
what that
himself.
is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dorian is going to hope that just folks aren't noticing that he's not drinking them.
Okay.
If they do,
I feel
he
like
will-
Dorian is particularly good at pretending to
Yeah.
carouse.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
he'll produce
So-
some empty vials if need be.
Honestly,
but-
unless someone is trying to catch Dorian doing it, I feel like Dorian's getting away with it. Yeah.
I figure Dorian's not drinking it.
Right.
I
You
feel
just
like there's
assumed it, right? You
there's
would
a
be
moment-
surprised if he did.
Exactly.
there's a moment where Corey and Dorian just lock eyes of like, we're totally not drinking this right now. Like just like
Excuse me.
I like that a lot. I like it.
Great.
I think Laudine will communicate to Dorian telepathically that this is Merthine. The jelly said so.
Yeah.
I know.
Just, yes. It is an external corroboration.
Thank you.
He looks a little taller, your
Wilkins is of
Merthine.
the same
He
opinion.
does actually. Always good to have another pair of eyes on that.
Yeah.
I guess what I would say is he has that just in the same way that Laudine looks just a little more mythic, right, in this space.
Yeah.
He also looks a little more mythic, but not like the big knight in shining armor, but like the mysterious wise wizard.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's got that vibe going on.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Merthine, you would see this, but as you start handing out potions and talking about their effects and the way you brewed them, Laudine gives you this look that is peculiar, and she looks like she doesn't know you for like a split second, and then it's gone. But it's like you've never done this before, and this is a skill. And in 400 years, I've never seen you do this. Where did you get this from? Have you been keeping this a secret from me the whole time? What else have you not told me?
No, none of this is being spoken. He has made tea. Like, that's like your only weird parallels. He's brewed lots of tea, but this is clearly something different, right? Like, there's that weird...
Most of the tea Myrthine makes is not magical like this.
True.
Not at all. Although he would say would like settle your stomach, but there's like these weird parallels, but they're not at all the same.
Right,
like,
right,
it's like
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so are we ready to enter the throne room? So from the outside, you can hear a mild commotion inside. It doesn't sound like a fight's going on, but it sounds like, you know, a group of people are moving around, many of whom seem to be armored. That is what you hear.
For the narrative, we're gonna throw up double doors.
Yes.
Okay. So the first thing that happens is the King's Guard, all of which are in shining mother of pearl armor, form a semicircle around the king, who is trying not to look like he's cowering back to the throne, but he's backed into the throne. And so you know his true name. You already know a lot about him. But once you look in his eyes, you realize he murdered his father and older brother.
Sorry, that shouldn't have been as much of a shock.
It's rude. It's rude. You shouldn't do that. It's just saying.
See,
Even I didn't do that. And my
Lottie-
father and older brother suck.
They do.
Laudine tries to be responsible with power. She tries to be very, very aware of the consequences of her actions, and she tries as much as possible not to unilaterally act as judge, jury, and executioner. Like, she tries. This man murdered his father for the throne and has caused untold suffering for this many people. This is the is it justified to, because it's so
Kinslaying.
tempting.
Kinslaying.
Yeah.
Rude.
Rude.
Patricide is one of those few faults for which there is almost no other recourse. Like,
The
ambition
Furies
is
come.
yeah.
Especially in a narrative shadow.
Yeah.
I mean, Gossamer world.
Yeah.
You can dig into it a little deeper. You are certain you know which one is his younger brother because he's leading the King's Guard.
Mhm.
Speaking of the guards,
Yep.
I'm casting spill ink on the page on them.
Okay.
So
What
they're
does that
going
do?
to what that does is erases the last few lines of the story for them, wiping or dulling memories of what I'm supposed to be doing here right now.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
Nice. Okay.
Good one.
And then their weapons are turning into fish.
Okay.
I love that.
That causes the amount of confusion you would expect, except there's one person it doesn't work on, and that's the brother.
Oh.
Oh.
Gavris is still armed. His weapon is still a sword. He doesn't look remotely confused. And he puts himself between you and his brother.
Wait a minute. Is he actually loyal to the brother?
Oh, now there's a good question. How do you want to figure that one out?
That's a really good question because I basically don't have magic for this. I'm just a good judge of character.
Two things. You are an excellent judge of character. And
I'm going to call that warfare.
actually, no. Warfare is a really good. This is a good use of warfare. And on top of that, you can also see weak points.
True.
Mm-hmm.
And the relationship between these brothers is fragile.
Oh.
Can you tell me that?
Yeah, yeah. Is there a way that I could, I mean, through the icons or anything? Just like
Actually, the two of you can
slip her a
communicate
quick-
telepathically because
Yeah. I can jelly to you.
yeah, you've been doing it.
Yeah.
So yes, you certainly
have, that's
can.
right.
Yeah.
Um,
So the conversation that nobody hears between Scythe and Laudine.
right. These brothers' relationship is on a knife edge. He's walking the walk right now, but I don't think it would take much to push him over the edge.
I can give him a push. And Laudine is going to have the gun trained on the king.
Sure.
But she's looking at the brother. And she will address the brother. Is it
Gavris, yes.
Gavris Mab Urian?
Yes.
Yep. So she addresses him by his full name. You are the commander of the King's Guard of Avalon. It is your duty to protect the king from all comers. And Laudine smiles. It is evil. Do you know what happened to your predecessor?
You can tell he wants to look back at his brother, but he doesn't. He continues to make eye contact with you.
Do you know what happened to the previous king?
He says, if you have an accusation to make, it needs to be out loud.
And this time, Laudine looks to the king, who's sitting, cowering.
He's half standing, but he's like, yeah, he's backed up against the throne.
Laudine will say his name, just addresses him by his full name, Owain
Sure.
Mab Urian. But she's going to push on him with the jelly just a little bit, and say, tell your brother about the night you killed your father.
As Laudine is doing that,
Mm-hmm.
Umbra can mess with people's minds, if I'm not
Oh, definitely.
correct. Very much like sneaking through the shadows, like next to a shadow that is near the brother. She just starts to like just put a little web of Umbra towards the brother, just evoking every doubt, every like just bringing all these thoughts to the forefront. Not mind control or manipulation, but just
working with what's already there.
What's already
Vibes.
there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And whatever you do to Owen, he reacts angrily to the point that he says, it was the only way to get what I wanted. At which point Gavris, continuing to look at you, Laudine, first off, he brings his sword out of line. And he says, then you are no king, and I have no position. And he drops his sword and just starts walking out of the room.
Oh.
At no point did he look at Owen.
Oh.
Laudine lets him go.
Direct.
Yes,
Laudine
cast
will-
spell, get a copy of his psychic signature.
Which one? The brother or?
Gavris.
Yeah, no problem. You can do that. You got it.
I'd like to follow the brother as well.
Sure. That's easy to do.
Fantastic.
He's not trying to hide where he's going.
So to the king, Ladin will say, "Your castle has been taken, your guards defeated, and even your brother has left you. You have the opportunity to surrender."
And what happens if I do?
You live.
He is holding a sword, but he's not. At no point was he actually pointing it at you. He was just holding a sword. And what's funny is you can tell from his movements he's had training. He's just not doing anything with it right now. And he says, "I'm to be a prisoner in my own dungeons."
For the moment. Shan't stay there for long.
He nods and gently places the sword across the armrests of the throne, and steps forward. He doesn't bow or kneel or anything like that, but he does. He's not resisting in any manner.
I would like to assess, kind of from the jelly, if he is faking it or if he's being sincere.
Now there's a complex question. He's not faking this. He is going to allow himself to be led wherever it is you want to put him. But you can also tell, A, you know his true name, and B, the jelly's telling you this too. He will never stop plotting to escape and murder you. But
Rude.
yeah.
So I had a thought. Okay, so Ladin knows that Cyril has this on camera.
Yeah. This has been broadcasting, right?
Yes. So Ladin will say, to demonstrate the sincerity of your convictions in your surrender, and to acknowledge your abdication from the thrones of Avalon and Orkney, I ask you to kneel. And on that very last word, she's going to compel him with his true name.
Okay. Oh, shit. Then he does. Yeah.
Somebody's been practicing their true name, their invocation.
Yep.
I'm seeing it over there. I see it.
Yep. And he does. You can also tell. Let me think about this. The group that came with Scythe, the ones that are closest to her, they are itching to be the ones to take him to the dungeon.
Ladin just like, once the drama kind of subsides, Ladin kind of looks over her shoulder to Scythe and the group and just take him away.
Marlene notes that she used compel from a
Yep.
true name. Just doesn't say anything, but notes it.
Oh yeah, and Scythe, you you had something to add?
Oh, I was just gonna say, you heard the new Monarch, boys.
And one of them says, or Avalon, I guess. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And one of them says, "Follow me. I know where the dungeons are."
It's a guided tour.
And Merdine looks and notes that Corey is not there.
Interesting.
And goes, Scythe, would you mind accompanying them? Just in case.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
Give you a weird look, but I'm rolling with it.
It's just a slightly like there's like a twinkle in his eye, but it's a slightly intense look, right? And he's standing
mhm.
behind and like to the left of the new regent is right front and center.
Right.
And he's all like in, you know, advisor spot, but gives you
Yep.
that look.
Yep.
So the camera stays on Laudine as the sci-fi gun turns back into the Buster Sword, like
Mhm.
Funka's in its normal shape. And she holds it point first, like in front of her, like hands on the hilt, just sword down on the floor, in front of the throne. And she stares at the throne for a long moment. Mm,
Murdine
She
kneels, takes a knee before you and the throne. Your Grace.
A few others follow suit, but not everyone.
Laudine looks torn. She oh dear. She can now the Dorians pointed it out. She can feel that she's wrapped up in the narrative, and it's like it's pulling her towards the throne. But she's lived a life. She also knows that there are so many problems that are going to happen taking the throne because it's part of the narrative. And she's it's a little like being drunk because you know that there are going to be problems, but they're for tomorrow, Laudine. Like they're but that doesn't stop you from being aware of them. So she knows that the story is pulling her this way.
Mm.
And so she will say, kind of fourth wall breaking at the camera,
Mm-hmm.
so long as it is the will of Avalon and no further. And then she will take the throne.
Excellent. Let's cut from that scene quickly
Oh.
to Kore first off, because you're following Gavris, yeah? Literally just seeing where he's going. Is that what the plan is?
Yeah, basically, if I feel like he's not gonna like go cause another problem right away, I have the other plan. I'm
Okay.
looking for certain items, but or else at least right now, I want to make sure he's not gonna like check in with an evil overlord or something weird. Like Corey, it's like she's been around the sun a few times. She's weirdness. She doesn't like it.
So, for similar reasons to Scythe, but kind of from a different angle, you can tell. Oh, never mind. I know exactly why you can determine this. You get the sense that he is walking in. This is the first time that he has felt free to make his own decisions in his entire life. And you can also tell that he's not entirely sure what to do or where to go, but his motivation is to be as far from that castle as possible.
Oh, this is really manipulative, but she's gonna do it. She's just gonna go up and say, you seem lost. Very much looking of she very much looks like the Lady of the Lake in
Okay.
this instance. Like she's not even trying to do it. It's just happening as she's making this choice.
His eyes widen, but you've been here long enough that you know that occurrences like this are not uncommon. And he says, I'm rather enjoying the sensation.
Choice is a funny thing. Not many of us realize that we don't have it until it's gone.
I feel like I've been pushing against a wall and now it's gone.
I aim to keep it that way, that we can all make these choices, but there is someone out there that is trying to take those choices away. If you yourself, and she's just kind of walking, like kind of surrounding,
Okay.
she'll say, if you are trying to find a purpose, to fight against those that take away choice. And she'll give like basically this like enchanted item that is a key to the Fields of Twilight.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Whoa.
He says, I suspect there's not much room for the likes of me in the new regime here.
Perhaps not here, but I do know of another place that will be in desperate need of commanders, in quite powerful positions.
Hmm. He looks at what you gave him, and this will take me there.
Correct. It's slowly coming back.
I won't be
But
much good to you today, but
on
in
the
time,
contrary,
I may take you up on the offer.
don't wait too long.
It's still my choice, yes.
Of course.
And he, first off, he gives you a bow, and then he makes a gesture that you've seen other people make. And it's the sort of gesture you use to appease fey creatures.
This is I as learned as Corey is, it's going completely over her head. Of what is part of it is that she herself is dealing with her own internal things.
A little
This
bit.
on top of it
Right.
is
Okay.
like being a fey creature that can do things that were done to her. No, 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 no. Bad, bad.
Absolutely.
But it I think at least at this point she's not really realizing these pieces that are being put in front of her, because she's just taking action. Like, she needs an army, she needs commanders if she's going to
Yeah.
protect Fields of Twilight.
Fair
Of
enough.
course and this is someone that needs purpose. I'm going to give him a purpose.
I like it. Okay. Also,
Corey just poaches
Yes.
the head of the King's Guard.
Absolutely. And also, being a good judge of character, you're 90% sure he's going to show up. All right. So to the dungeons quickly, Scythe. The guys that are leading the king to the dungeon, they aren't rough with him, but if he slows down, they give him a push.
Right.
Um,
That's acceptable. I'm here to see that there's no rough stuff, really, because like, he's gonna get thrown in a dungeon and he deserves it, and I want him to be in tip-top shape to experience what he has put other people through.
okay. But yeah, they aren't being cruel, but they are being they're being maybe a little more forceful than is necessary.
Right.
But
That's fine.
um
I think they've earned that much.
and one of them takes just a ring of keys off the wall and opens up an empty cell and pushes the king in, and then steps back and says, "What do we do with the ones that are still down here?"
Do you know him?
Will says, "Those two were stealing bread."
Oh, come on. Just throw it all open. Any murderers, like, leave them in. Murderers, rapists, just, yeah. Unless they're falsely accused. This is a tough one. All right, all the bread thieves get let out.
Okay, so all of you have a discussion about it, and you end up, the king only, it's the king and then 2 other cells remain full. Everyone else gets let out.
Well, I think our work here is done.
And then back to the throne room, I think, where it's Laudine and Dorian and Merthine, yes? And some other people, but what's happening up here?
So I think Laudine is going to ask Cyril to cut the footage.
He does.
Yes. And once the cameras are off and the broadcast is finished and there has been a suitably dramatic conclusion, Laudine just goes,
I love that.
Well,
there is a general sense of now what amongst the people in here.
So Laudine actually will ask Dorian, is the narrative satisfied? Have we given the story an ending?
You're muted.
Dorian is going to sort of nod for a second. He's going to turn to the side. He's just going to well, before he does, he's very cognizant of something here. He says, "Oh, I'll take a look," but and he will gesture to Merdine. "What do you think, old chap?"
well, I think it's the wrong question. It's not about stories in books. It's about prophecy. It's about the way that one exists in the world. Well, it's not about satisfying a story. It's about doing the right thing. You see, it's not just a pantomime. It's people's lives. You have taken up the mantle of the true liege, and that means, well, as time goes by, as you go, so does Avalon. You have a responsibility for this place just as you do Albion. You have to tend it like a plant. You don't always have to be here, of course. Stories go, traveling, heroics. But you shouldn't leave these people alone. That sort of thing brings doom. You can, of course, go back to sleep, but you should be here for a while yet before you do. Give them stability and hope, and let them grow. Let the injuries and wounds heal with you, and then when you feel the time has come, you may submerge yourself back into the waters and sleep yet again. But you will have to come back when they call.
Yes.
I've just been checking while he's been talking. I have been looking with the Eidolon just to see if it looks as though it's the new narrative is settled in okay.
An ending has been achieved.
Okay. He's going to quietly. Well, it depends on if Dame Laudine wants him to say anything to her right now or not. If he wants to, because you're the monarch right now, so. Dorian understands there's protocol here. He's used to dealing with monarchs, so he will.
Yes.
He will await your pleasure.
Laudine is also very aware that she's trying to be essentially 3 different roles. She's trying to be the monarch and the knight and herself. And so, no, she does want the answer from Dorian about the state of the story and the prophecy, to put it in Myrdine's terms. But
Dorian is going to quietly approach, if he's permitted, he will approach he will approach, and as he will actually, he's in freaking court, and there are other people here, even if we've turned the cameras off. So he is going to bow before he does this, and he'll just basically say, "An ending has been achieved." So it looks good on that end. Are you doing all right?
ask me again later.
Also, incidentally, if you need a double, I might be able to rouse one up for you. Just if it should become necessary.
Yeah, but there are no two shapeshifters.
Yes. Alas, I'm on the clock.
Understood.
So Laudine has one task that she wants to accomplish in the dungeons. So she will tell the assembled courtiers, onlookers, guards, and freedom fighters to spread the word. Owain has been overthrown. He will face justice. And importantly, she wants to be very clear that he lives to face the judgment of the people. And with that, she is going to sweep out of the room. She's not wearing a cloak, but she really should be for
She should be. Yeah.
grandeur of the sweeping. But she is also going to go down to the dungeons because she wants to talk to Owain. And no extra eyes this time. Maybe Scythe, but she's going to shoo everybody else out.
Okay, if you meet Scythe, Scythe, did you get my note?
What?
Oh no. Have bad things happened?
How you doing? Everything fine? Because okay, I just got a note that a party of some sort is riding from Orkney.
A
Here,
war
like
band?
toward here.
Hostiles? Allies? Rivals? Magic? Dragons? Do you have any further intel?
Just a group of people on horses. They die, but it's like 8 people.
Yeah, if it's a war party, it's people like us, and I don't think there's any people like us here.
Prepare a
apart from
reception
us.
for them anyway. Swords, but not drawn unless they are hostile. And I will speak to them when they arrive. If they are intending to reinforce the deposed king, they will find fierce opposition. Now, I must have a word with this man.
Cell number 1. I've renumbered them.
I'm going to ask Dorian to back me up on this, if that's okay.
Oh, sure.
I could use your help. So out of character, we know that Owain is a sorcerer.
Yeah.
What Laudine wants to do is use a combination of the jelly and this man's true name to curtail his ability to use sorcery.
Oh.
So he can't do it anymore. And I would
you can do that.
I would like Dorian to verify that I'm doing it right, because
Sure.
he himself is a sorcerer.
The process actually only takes about 15 minutes. And most of it is figuring out kind of which levers to pull. And that's only because you're not a sorcerer yourself. It just takes literally takes a while to go, Oh, I get it. It's these. And so yeah, Dorian, I don't know if have you ever seen anything like this before?
Define like this.
Having someone's sorceress abilities stripped away. It's like losing Sir
Oh.
Tommen.
Well, if anyone else, yeah, this is gonna. The most likely time for it to have happened is if anyone else got thrown into the Citadel during that century that he
Oh,
saw.
fair point. That was
Because
far
that
more
does happen.
thorough than what's happening. Yeah, actually, you would have seen that. That was thorough and fundamental, and that's not what's happening here. But you can verify that his access to sorcery is blocked. It's not permanently gone, meaning it could be restored, but that restoration is going to take a lot of work, and he couldn't do it on his own. Someone else would have to restore it. Ideally, Laudine would have to restore it, but someone else could.
Yeah.
But yeah, it worked. Whatever she was trying to do paid off.
Yeah, so I'll just verify he's cut off for now.
Thank you. And Ladine will say to Owain, you will face the judgment of the people of Avalon, and they will decide what to do with you. You live, as I promised you would, until they decide. And then sweeps out of the room. Can she have a cloak just for the sweeping?
You need a cloak.
I need
Come
a
on.
cloak.
You got a cloak now.
Yay.
That takes long enough that the party from Orkney is close enough that if you were at the castle, you could see them approaching. Where do you want to be when they show up?
Throne room. I'm sorry.
Okay, fine.
Drama.
Okay,
Merdine
so
whispers into your ear before they arrive. You know, Your Grace, you have said that the will of the people will decide what happens to Owain. But there are many voices, and when all speak at once, it's cacophony. There tends to need to be a representative of the people, which is you. You cannot avoid your responsibility as the representative of the people.
I have rendered what judgment I could, but I am not the one who suffered under his rule. I did not feel his oppression, and it is hardly fair for me to decide how much suffering warrants what punishment. I want to hear what the representatives of the people have to say about what they have experienced. And with those opinions in mind, I can render a verdict, but I will not do so blindly.
And if the people wish for him to be tortured and flayed, piece of skin, eye, nose, fingers, do you bend to that will?
The lovely thing about being an absolute monarch is that no one can force me to do so. If the
Good.
people demand his death, I will make sure it's the clean one.
You have not forgotten what I've spoken to you of hatred and war, and this pleases me. Your Grace.
All right. Luddy goes to meet the people from Orkney.
So there is some of the people that came here with you. Actually, oh no, I know exactly who it is. So some of the people that fought their way in here with you were in fact wearing the old livery of House Thorn.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Those people are still around. They were in the throne room with you.
Yeah.
And so they are the ones that opened the door to 8 people. All of whom are wearing much more recently created and well cared for livery of House Thorn. The one in front is obviously in charge. He's in his early 60s. He has gray hair, close trimmed beard, and he all of them have swords sheathed, but they are wearing swords. And other than that, I mean, they are also dressed in riding clothes. They look like they look like what they were wearing was like the best thing to ride real fast. And so the older guy holds back a hand, and the other 7 hang back. Exchanging nods. Go ahead.
I will note that while Myrthine was gone, while Laudine was gone to the dungeon, Myrthine was in the throne room by himself for a bit. When she returns, if people notice, it's mostly the same except for there is ivy, right? There's
nice.
like ivy sort of going up, like not, it doesn't blank the walls like kudzu, but like, like on pillars, like ivy, like it looks very, very nice, but like there's a sense of living nature in the area. And just a few little flowers in there.
Oh, there's my botanist. I missed you.
Mm.
And
Some of those flowers might be flowers you've seen before.
They almost certainly are.
That can report back to the queen if she needs to hear things when she's away.
Oh, definitely. And so some of the 7 guys that hang back exchange nods with some of the other obvious Orkney people. But the older guy, he walks confidently in the room, but not belligerently. And he stops about halfway through and he says, Rudiger Thorn.
And Ladine acknowledges this, like she nods, and she'll say, "I'm Ladine.
Thought
Avalon
you'd be
welcomes you."
taller.
Ladine stands up, and she
Mosaics weren't wrong.
sorry, my audio cut out. Could you repeat that?
He says the mosaics weren't wrong.
So she will thank him for coming, and say, Avalon bids welcome to Orkney.
What does Orkney mean now?
Well, that is something you and I can discuss.
Go on.
The Urian conquered Orkney,
Yes, I remember.
and Owain maintained that grip
It's one way of putting it.
and tightened his fist.
There we go. You've done your own work then.
I try. I acknowledge the position of House Thorn. I remember the position of House Thorn. And I understand you know Orkney far better than I do. And you have a far better understanding of what the people of Orkney would want out of a ruler than I could possibly know. I have no desire to keep Owain's grasp of Orkney, but I would not cede it to someone who did not know what they were doing.
A bit of history then. Urien. Well, I wouldn't be in this position if Urien hadn't killed the royals. My great-grandfather wasn't in line for the throne. But here we are. And if we're abiding by the line of succession, it would fall to me. But as of yet, I've claimed no title. I've not asked for it. But if we're being honest with each other, I believe I've earned it.
Ladine nods. It's a small nod, but she does nod. And she'll say, I have no desire for it. So, you are by far the most deserving, both for succession and from experience. It is yours if you wish to claim it, as currently it is mine to give away.
I'll
But
acknowledge that.
we should discuss the details. Much will need to change from its current state.
We're clearly not making any decisions now, but I like the way it's beginning. And he says, come to that then. And he says, Alan, bring the box. And Alan and one of the other guys bring like a really big like chest. And he says, my father took this from Urian. And he kicks it open. And it's so after Urian took over, he changed all the livery, he changed the stuff, he changed the flags. What you see in here is an enormous banner of old Avalon.
So this is what Ladine would remember as
This is
being
exactly what was hanging here when you lived here.
Avalon. Ladine will pick it up and just like hold it so she can see it, and like if it's a banner it unfurls and like
Yeah, it's big.
displays to-
It is really
Yeah.
big. It's
and Ladine will look up with a considerable amount of respect in her eyes as she says, this is a wonderful way to start. And Fontes by itself will assume a dagger shape, which it has done before. Hook the end of the old Avalon banner across the pommel, fly up, slice off the current banner,
Nice.
and hang the new one just all by itself.
and Rudiger says, nice trick that.
Yes. It's got a few.
Speaking of good starts, I saw your broadcast. Owen's in the dungeons, yes.
Yes.
Well, keep us informed on how long he spends there.
I shall. And Ladine will invite this person to essentially to have tea or the appropriate.
Actually, great. Okay. He says, we are a bit thirsty. We rode hard. Lads, mix with your own kind. And heads over to wherever you decide to host him. I'm assuming, is that here in the throne room?
I think there's going to be like a smaller chamber off to the side where they can actually sit down, because throne rooms are big and notoriously
big.
empty.
So in this case, it's Rudiger, his right-hand man, which apparently is named Alan, and but only those two. He sends the other guys off to do whatever. and anyone else that you wish to have.
I would like Myrthine and Dorian to be present. If Scythe is around, she should be here.
Okay.
I forget if Corey is back yet or
That's
not.
up to Corey. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all are invited if you are present. If not, that's entirely up to you.
Corey will be late because there was one more thing on her list before returning.
Okay, we'll get to that then. Actually, why don't we do that now, and then we'll come back to the gathering.
I would like to find the bones.
You've got them. Yes, and you did mention that. And okay, first off, this place has capital H history. There is so much going on here, and almost all of it is tied to some enormous magical event. So yeah, whatever it is you're looking for, you find it in some manner. Maybe it might not be exactly what you thought it was going to be, but it fits the role you want it to fit.
Perfect. Awesome. And after she found that, she will then return, just kind of like popping it so it will be transferred to the Fields of Twilight.
Yes.
And she will go on her way, probably arriving a little bit late to the festivities.
So what? Yeah. Describe the scene that Corey shows up at. Then what's you guys have been at a table for a little while.
So everyone is seated and tea has been procured. I assume if Ladine says she wants tea, no one's going to dare to defy her in this moment. So,
Nope.
Yeah.
Tea shows up.
Yep. Tea and scones because it's very British. And Ladine has introduced Rudiger to the party, and she will say he is a sovereign in his own right. And that like instantly sets expectations. And she will introduce the party as consider them the knights of my round table.
He nods and says, look forward to working with you in the future. And yeah, his attitude is one of, you can tell that like there's still wariness there. He's sizing you up, but not like he expects to find anything wanting. But he's still, just making sure that, one asshole didn't get replaced with another. And you can tell from his conversation that he doesn't seem to have found anything he doesn't like. And then at one point, Alan tries to bring up the old borders, and Rudiger tells him to not discuss business at tea.
I like that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I like him.
But other than that, the conversation is, I mean, honestly, he probably does a fair amount of filling you in on what's been going on. Because he knows the history, and the part that he doesn't know, his grandfather and father told him. So he can fill you in on a lot of what happened before. And his grandfather was there when things really started to go to hell. So he can give you a lot of information.
Yeah. And part of what Ladine is asking for in particular is the experiences of the actual populace, because from reports from Scythe and from the Auto Club and Dorian's network, Ladine's heard all of this like third hand, but she's really looking for like the first-hand report of like what actually happened under Owain and how do we make it right.
Yeah, so Urien ruled with an iron fist. Urien did the conquering actually did not take as long as conquering something the size of Orkney should have taken. And once that happened, he moved swiftly and decisively, some would say brutally, to make sure that they stayed conquered. And he did it. He did it remarkably well, and they were not able to put up anything remotely resembling a good rebellion or anything like that. Then Owen's older brother and then Urien died, and Owen decidedly made things worse. They were bad to begin with, and he was okay. Rudiger is of the opinion that what Owen was actually doing was draining resources from this kingdom in order to take over Gaul eventually.
Mm.
And Orkney had a lot of resources. So he was, there were mines. There were always mines, but these were the sort, yeah. But conditions worsened. Rudiger was basically, it was obvious to him that Owen was building a war machine. But the first thing he had to build was a significant navy because Avalon never really had one. Avalon had defensive ships. Avalon had things, a coast guard for all intents and purposes. But he could tell that Owen was trying to build a navy to go invade Gaul. And you showed up before it got really running. On the plus side, though, I don't know if it's plus side. Let me rephrase that. A result of this, though, is that you are now the commander of a few warships.
I have some ideas about what to do with that.
Right. But overall, things were extraordinarily oppressive and bad. The only reason that House Thorn was able to remain House Thorn, and that was only among themselves, it's not like the crown recognized it, but the only reason that they were able to remain cohesive at all is that Orkney was big, and even once Owen took over, he had to expend a lot of resources to keep it under his thumb.
Yes. So this is the majority of tea is just like history lesson, politics, civics. Yeah.
And and also all of you have the ability to determine if he's honest, and he seems to be. He's every now and then you think maybe he's putting a bit of a spin on it, but for the most part, he's literally just recounting events. And you can tell that he is recounting them as he believes them to have happened. He wasn't there for the early stuff, but so you know how histories get told may or may not have happened that way. But he can definitely tell you what it's been like for the last 60 years because he was there for it, and it was not good.
Yeah. All right. So I think T concludes with the House Thorm delegates being guests in Avalon as Ludine tries to take next steps in establishing, round table and actual council for what happens next.
Okay, and we can discuss that in more detail later. And actually, we may be, it's about 10:30 Central Time. That might not be a bad time to begin wrapping up and figuring out what we're doing next time. So let's, we can honestly and obviously figure out in whatever level of detail we want what continues to happen in Avalon. But
I have one question.
Yes, I was going to go around. So what is it?
The question is to the knights, right? When we have a moment, and Myrddin just says, "So, what has been the revelation about jelly and pepper? This should be one leg of a larger table here in Avalon.
Weird,
What
you
have
bring
you
that
seen?"
up.
And he looks to Corey and Dorian and Scythe, right? To them to see if they have learned, right, of a thing.
Corey's very confused about what jelly and pepper is.
Oh, right.
She wasn't there.
Mhm.
Although you do have some of.
I have like light memories, but it's very much of like,
Okay.
oh, I saw it in a dream or a
That's
movie
actually a fair point.
that I
And-
watched like a long time ago.
Well, honestly,
Yeah.
and I don't know that you were there when all that stuff got discovered. I think you were still upstairs. So that's a fair point. All right.
Mm.
So yeah. So what do people say to that?
Well, I didn't care for being stabbed from another universe, so I guess I've been studying the pepper in my spare time. They have those convenient coins. It was kind of an in for studying the art. It's basically like space folding. That's how they're able to get to places that aren't on the stair. Look, I put this coin in my key. It's very attractive, don't you think?
May I?
Oh, sure.
And Ladine's gonna take a look at it. Does it? So the coins that we got initially were linked to Tamsin. Is
Yes.
this one
Although-
still linked to Tamsin?
Weren't some linked to another spot too,
Eingeru.
right?
Yeah.
Yes,
One of them.
yes,
Actually, yes.
Ungaru,
One
yeah.
of them was Angaru. Yeah. Which coin did you use? Actually, the one you still had was the. I think Oleander still has the Angaru coin.
I think she does probably.
So you've
yeah.
got the Tamsin coin.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: you have the ability to reset that coin. Did
No,
you?
I know.
I was just wondering, did you leave it? Because the thing is, like right now, it's linked to a world that doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, never mind. I know exactly what it is. It's blank on one side, and it's got that indistinct landscape on the other.
Oh, perfect. Yes, that's what I wanted it to be.
Okay, never mind. Because
Mhm.
once Tamsin stopped existing, that image was gone.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. Good deal. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really using it anymore.
True.
It's kind of like training wheels.
So where exactly does this coin take you? And Ladine will hand it back.
Where does it take me?
Wherever you want it to.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Just making sure.
I mean, there are rules. It has to be a place you're familiar with, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
But yeah, you can cause the coin to be connected to another place.
Right. So this thing can only go to someplace I've already been for the moment. I'm
You are
sure
well
there's some-
traveled.
Well, that's true. And even more so thanks to you lot of miscreants.
We try.
I haven't got much about it. I've been focused rather on this. I did try to commit, and he fishes out one of his notebooks. I did try to commit as best I could what I could remember of the engine that we encountered. And I've got a
Yes.
couple of friends who also who've been studying the structure of what I've was able to give them to see if they can come up with anything. They've not.
They're making headway.
Yeah, they seem to be making a little bit of headway, but they've not communicated any major revelations to me yet. But be assured, I'll let you know if they come up with something.
So sorry, out of character. Remind me what the engine does. It destroyed blue roses. I remember that.
Yes.
Well, there were two things. There was the distillery that turned the flowers into the stone.
Into the rocks.
And then there was this thing that some of you couldn't actually see that was Yeah, it was effectively, as Dorian described it, it was a difference engine powered equally by the jelly and the pepper.
Yeah. And I think
And I don't think we
the best
had
I could
full
tell.
knowledge yet, right, of all that it would do, but it was clearly extracting essences and doing something worrisome.
I think I
Worrisome.
remember it was going to try to apply to reconnect it, the place to the stair.
Yeah, That's-
Yes.
that is the
Yes.
purpose to which that was being turned. That's exactly
Yeah,
right.
So that's what it was doing when we found it.
Yeah.
But that's all I've got so far.
And we think maybe the big D were involved, by which I mean Dwemer
Yes.
Lake,
Yeah.
And
and
if-
not
This is a really
any
nice
other
place to
forms
have a
of-
summer. Right? Doomer Lake, it's really nice to hang out
Oh
there.
yeah.
and if it wasn't them, it was that that group that worked for them.
Yes, 'twas the
Right.
brethren.
Yeah, they were the ones
Brethren.
directly involved.
Yeah.
But they were also definitely Dwemer Lake adjacent. So that is not a connection to be dismissed.
Yes.
Well-
I do have, sorry, go ahead.
No, please, after you.
Oh, well, just a minor thing. This need not to take up much of our time. Just wanted to let you know. He'll say to Laudine that I've got the, God damn it, Jim. I never have the names in front of me right before. Anyway,
in the same way.
so,
Yep.
King Valentine and Queen Agatha send their regards, and they would like to send our PM over when it is convenient for you to meet, if you should like to.
I would be delighted to receive them, perhaps in a few days. Things are still in a bit of
Oh,
an
certainly.
upheaval.
Of course.
And I
You're
think
literally still cleaning blood out of the courtyard. So yeah,
yes. I think we also decided that time in Avalon goes faster than stair
it
default.
does. That's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
have time?
There are literally some fires to still put out.
If we do have time, perhaps we can go to a place that I created. It is called Stonehenge. It looks to the heavens and skies, and perhaps we might be able to get some sort of insight into jelly, pepper, and all such things. At least those of you who are so attuned, it might be a good focusing location. When we have time before we leave.
Yes. Nadine, I didn't have the opportunity in all of the bustle to ask you, but I hope you will indulge me now.
Oh, of course.
Who is Igraine?
Did I mention her?
Yes, you did.
Did I mention her next week or last week?
42 hours ago.
Oh, interesting. So we have had this conversation before.
Well, I have not, so I would appreciate if you would have it again, just for my edification.
Oh, no, we're having it again right now, which is interesting. Grain is, it's hard to explain, really. Yeah. Do you remember when I was married? Was I married when I met you?
No, you have never been married. You've never shown any inclination along that path at all in the 4 centuries I've known you.
Oh, it must have been after we've met then, or before. Yes, Grain and I, well...
You have a wife.
Well, I imagine I will do, or I have done at one point. Love of my life, really. Oh, also, one of the wisest people in all of Avalon. Someone you should definitely listen to. Oh, no, I do believe you have met her before.
I
You
quite
definitely
doubt
have.
that.
Oh, no, you definitely have. She goes by many names. She gives gifts. You should see her again. The second time, I think? Yes.
Ladine has a sinking feeling in the pit of her stomach. She freezes, and nobody else sees her move as she's going to ask the sword. Who's Igraine?
How does the sword see a grain? Let me think about this for a second.
GM buffering, please wait.
Yeah.
Buffering. I'm just looking because, like, the mythology also has her being the Lady of the Lake at times, and also she has many things. And I was
Yeah.
yeah.
There's like 4 female names in all of Arthurian
Yeah.
legend, so
Okay.
They all do stuff.
I'll tell you exactly what the sword says. And this is the first time you've heard the sword answer something, but not begin directly. Usually, when you go, "What is X?" the sword is like, "It's Y."
yep.
In this case, the sword says, "The one that brought me here." She called him.
Was she your keeper?
She was offered even more power than I possess, and she refused.
Did she create you?
She did not. I don't believe she could have.
How did you come to be in her possession?
Technically, I never was. She instructed the one that brought me to deposit me in the lake. He was but her agent.
I see. Everything is cyclical.
Time. Never quite got the hang of it.
Time is a weird soup. Try verb tense with Mathine.
Oh, that one. He is confusing.
Yes. So the rest of you just see Ladine freeze while this conversation occurs. And then Ladine blinks and she says, "Oh." And then kind of turns to Myrthine, kind of sad, and will say, "Was any of it real then?"
Any of what?
You have given me a lot to think about.
Oh, I'm so glad. I hope so.
You see Ladine silently start crying. And she just says, "Were you manipulating me the entire time?"
I don't quite understand the question. To do what?
"'Twas your wife who put the sword in my path. 'Twas the sword that led me here. 'Twas the sword who made who I am today, and it was your guidance that brought me here. None of which would have happened without you."
Well, that's how prophecies work, my dear. We are fated.
So 'twas not but a prophecy.
Not. Prophecies are everything. They're what have the stars cross the sky. I could do no different, even if I wished.
But I could.
You wouldn't think of the sun rising and setting every day as manipulation. It is just what it is.
And you, all of y'all know Ladine well enough to see that the expression on her face has morphed to grief. And then she stands up and she goes, "If you all will excuse me." She steps through a door and disappears.
Merdine, how do I say it? I think you very much need to create an apology bouquet or something, because you really just stepped in it a little bit. I'm not trying to. I don't think you realize what just occurred.
Not easy to be a myth.
Merdine, she's a person as well.
Yes, that is the heavy crown one must bear.
I think she just kind of like looks at the others of like, I don't know what to do. Uh, very like feels out of her element on this one, but doesn't know how to verbalize the problem that she feels that with the statement.
My dear chap, I'd recommend you maybe giving it a little bit of time, just before bringing up this again. In the meantime, actually, at some point soon, there's a friend of mine. I don't know if you've met him or not. I don't think you have. Who I'd like you to maybe, if you'd be interested, to just chat with him for a bit. He might be able to help you straighten out a few things you might be concerned about.
Oh, I imagine so. Well, I don't know what it'll be about, the conversations, but depending, I might have already forgotten.
It's quite all right. It's entirely possible he has as well. His rather interesting way of thinking at right angles to reality.
Oh, lovely. Well, should we have tea?
We just had
He just sort of
tea.
looks down at his cup.
We just had.
Oh,
Never mind.
One can never have enough. We'll just summon a basket.
And unless anyone has anything else, I think that's a good place to wrap up. We good? All right. We are off next week, but we will be back in 2 weeks. And that gives us, which is good, because that gives us a couple of weeks to discuss what we're doing next session. So I got some ideas, but I want to hear what all of you are also interested in, and we'll put things together and start back in a couple of weeks. Thank you.
Thank you. I have no words. My God, that was good. I'm going to try to have a few words momentarily. But, oof. Yeah. this is there's some heavy stuff going on here, and I'm really here for it. And
Same.
I'm also just want to say how happy I am that we are continuing to check in with each other as
Oh,
these
yes.
things are
Absolutely.
happening. And this is nice. This is nice.
Yeah.
We're gonna go around and do our outros. Feel free to take as much time as you need in your continued decompression if you need to, as we are talking about all these things. But feel free to let us know how you're doing, and if there are where we can find you, and any final thoughts you might have about this session, or favorite moments, or bits, or want to give love, or what have you. And we shall be. We'll be starting. You know what? No, we're going to go regular order.
Okay.
We'll be starting with our GM Brian.
Oh, sure. But yeah, my favorite part of this was that I like how everyone both understood the nature of the place you were in, and that it was wanting a certain it wasn't wanting a certain story, it was just wanting a story, but that all of you also understood that the aftermath needed to be treated carefully, and I love that, both in and out of character, which I really liked. It's exactly what I expected because of the way all of you have been playing your characters up to this point. And absolutely loved the seeing the effect of the weight of all of this in the aftermath for Laudine. Not just Laudine, but the rest of you, but Laudine, on whose shoulders all of Avalon literally rests right now. So really love that. Love the fact that I do like that we check in with you, because that is very important, because I have no problem with characters being upset. The last thing I want is players being upset. We do not need that. But again, we've played enough together. I think we trust each other. And more to the point, we trust each other to check in. We trust each other to make sure that it's going well. And so, yeah, that's why I thought it was great. And I liked, I liked everything everyone did. And really looking forward to next session. Like I said, I got some ideas I'm going to throw out. And we'll discuss that between now and then. And as far as outro stuff goes, I'm Brian Cooksey. I'm Vaclam, mostly on Blue Sky these days. And streaming-wise, this is what I'm doing. I'm also running a face-to-face game that's just me and Melissa. And it's our Vampire the Masquerade game that we started back in the 90s that we have resurrected. And we're having a lot of fun with that.
I love it. I lied. I'm going to go to our Avalonians last. I figured it out. I want to do I want to do Melissa and Mary, and then Trooper, and then our Her Majesty. So we are now going to go to Melissa.
Hi, I'm Melissa Gay. I've been playing Scythe, the shady rogue with a heart of gold. Pronouns she, her, and Scythe's pronouns are she, they. And you can find me on Blue Sky at Melissa Gay with 3 Ys. Or you could find me at melissagay.com, my art website. Or you can find me on Facebook at melissa.gay.art if you are so inclined. Or you can come see me in person at JordanCon in the Atlanta perimeter this coming weekend. See if I finish all the paintings that I committed to finishing. Woo! And I gotta say, okay, so I've been waiting this whole time to brag on Mary because okay, so she had Atropos that was, slinky and in the Stygian darkness as her, cloak of shadows. And now she's Kore, and she's all bright rainbow colored shimmery garb, but that shimmery garb is also predator armor, and she's still slinking around in the shadows. I can't even. I love her so much. And so I gotta say, this was intense. It was amazing. It was awesome. And you are all such great role players. And I feel so grateful to be in a game with you guys.
Me too. It was awesome. Thank you so much. And we're going to head now over to Mary.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mary. My pronouns are she, her. I have been playing Kore this evening. As far as favorite moments, I mean that the grand entrance was fantastic. Loved it. Just everyone working together to create like the most epic moment, and then the shocker of Merdine getting just swooped, just poof, gone. I love the emotional things that are going on as like our characters are trying to ignore these issues, these like cracks in the foundation, how it's really becoming a problem because we've only done action without any kind of talking of the matter. And it's cool to see how everyone is affected by that, the lack of communication. But I also gotta say, like, it made me chuckle so much was the camera bit of Dorian going full Vox from Has Been Hotel, and and then also the Scythe and her merry band of thieves, and just go to the dungeon. What do we do? Well, what were they in for? Let them all go. It was great. As far as where you can find me online, you can find me on Blue Sky, at the Nerd on Wheels, everywhere on social media. I've got a lot of projects going on right now. I'm a busy bee. You can find me Tuesdays on Stat Monkey Presents for Rotted Cape Second Bite. It is very, very close to the end of the Kickstarter, and we are so close to the goal. But don't lose hope, because hopefully we will be working on it throughout the year and coming back greater than ever. Also, you can find me Thursdays over on Nerds with Dice for the Morgan Society, a Mythic Ireland Vesson campaign. It is set in the late 19th century as revolution is brimming in Ireland. The current investigators just finished their first mystery, are not locked in the creepy hallway anymore, but are now having to contend with being a double agent within the Apollonian Society. And Saturdays, you can find me over on Nerds with Dice again for Field of the Dead, which is a Walking Dead zombie actual play. We've got 2 crews going on right now, one that are trying to worm their way into a cult, the others that are just trying to figure out a way to survive on the outside. And it is being a very interesting plot as things are going on. I post about all the different projects on my Blue Sky. There's some other ones too, but I don't want to bog down too much. And I will pass it to the next person.
Thank you so much. And now we will head over to Trooper.
Hey, I'm TrooperSJP. Pew, pew, pew. And I have been playing Merdine Wicht. And I just, So I'm really quickly, you can find me, what is today? Sunday? You can find me on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern on my channel for the Gambler's a Traveler campaign, and then not next Sunday, but the Sunday after here for more of this. I'm going to give my love. So I want to give my love first to Noctua because she has been playing Laudine differently this season. And I noticed Laudine's a little harder, a little more ruthless, actually. It may not look like it, but there's a little like, ooh, she's a little darker, and it's really good, right? Like it's really, really good, and it's very, very subtle. Similarly, Kore is seemingly brighter, but there is a subtlety and a little bit of like there's an underlying vibe underneath that is like sitting there, and to be able to get this kind of sunny top, but like some really spicy pepper jack underneath that, like that sunny top, is also brilliant work. I love that. To see like this kind of slightly harder, and you would think that Atropos would be like the hardest one, right? And Kore would be the not hard one. That is not the case. And like to see that slip in is so nice. It's so subtle. It's so good. And then for me, there's all these ways in which the different characters like connect to each other or are interesting mirrors or complements to each other. And I think that people would often think of Dorian and Kore or Atropos as these mirrors. But for me, to see in this season the way in which Dorian and Scythe are these amazing sort of complementary mirrors, where they are both people who are distracting you with their shininess so you do not see like the fragility underneath. And just the way that also comes off is just so amazing. And so I just want to give love to the ways in which the characters are sort of showing a slightly harder, slightly darker underbelly, despite the overview being more mythic, more shiny, more like it's just so good. Just so well done. And I think I want to give my biggest love, the biggest moment was just to see the weight of leadership hit Laudine in a way that she has been running from it. And I felt so much that she's been running from this for 400 years, like that moment. And then to have all of us there and how all of us sort of became part of the court in an interesting way, while also knowing we're all going to leave like in about 48 hours. You know what I mean? Like there was something, it was just so, yeah, that's my love.
Oh, so good. There's so much to say, but not yet. First, we will head over to our monarch, Noctua.
Hey, so y'all know I'm Noctua. I have been playing Dame Laudine. So first and foremost, thank you all for bearing with me through this session, because I know it was a lot. And thank you all, lovely table, to putting up with all of it. So yeah, this was Laudine's big moment, and it was suitably mythic. And I am just so glad that all of y'all were on board for all of the hijinks. Like everything from Kore's, I'm just going to create a solar eclipse, why not? To let's pull dragons in here, to Scythe's, I'm just going to undermine a wall with Umbra, don't mind me. And Dorian's, I've just hijacked the entire media for this Gossamer world. Say whatever you like to the camera. And I'm like, man, yeah, be really, really glad that we're just interested in Avalon. So, yeah, this was amazing. Key drama moments, everything about Myrthine. Like, I know the Arthurian mythology well enough to know that Merlin gets yoinked and trapped, so I knew it was coming. But at the same time, when it happened, I'm like, oh no. So some character moments that kind of came up, but I really wanted to highlight. You really see Laudine trust Dorian and Scythe a lot in this episode, because she's relying on them, especially in the absence of Myrthine. And with Myrthine's behavior over the past episode or two, you're starting to see the doubt at the foundations of their relationship. And that kind of culminated at the end of this particular episode, because it really rocked Laudine to realize that if Myrthine doesn't experience time the same way that she does, what she thinks has happened in the past is cyclical for him, then he thinks it's all predetermined and he's been acting like it. And it undermines every choice that she has made over the past 400 years in regards to him. And so that was her like breakdown at the end. It almost makes the overthrow of a purely human king feel a little bit insignificant because now we're playing with power that like we've seen Murdine be powerful before, but we haven't quite seen him like this. And yeah, it's a lot. So, yes, thank you guys for bearing with me through all of the drama. Thank you, Dorian, for having like 20 spells at your beck and call. I loved the fish. And yes, Scythe and your Robin Hood, that was amazing. Especially what are they in for? Stealing bread. Let them all go. Just perfect. Yeah. I'm so excited. I'm still kind of jittery, so sorry. As to where you can find me, I am on Blue Sky at Noctua Magna, so please come say hi. I will also be back here on Channel Otherdoc on Tuesdays for a Draw Steel, where I play a completely different drama queen.
That's going to be awesome. Oh, this was so good. This was so good. This was too good. I keep saying that, actually, because I can't think it can get any more too good. And yet, man, I loved this so much. Dorian is very worried about everybody now. More than he was before. There's so much about the character interactions that if I talk about them all right now, then this will take forever. So, later we'll get to some of that. But I do know that, it sort of, I think Dorian noticed a lot of the things that were a little bit of what was happening as far as the dynamic, and he was noticing that Laudine was calling on him a little bit more, and he keeps thinking, this Murdine is your advisor, like, of this world, he keeps thinking, and he's like, and that's one of those, that one time, I don't even know if that's why he sort of deferred to Murdine first before he gave his answer, because it's like, because also he's a little concerned because he's like, I don't know if the world's not going to like it if we fuck with this too much. And so he's trying to keep a decent or even it won't even if it's not in a position to like or dislike it, it's gonna cause problems if it festers too much, he thinks. So there's a lot that needs to happen. But anymore, I won't talk about all that right now. As far as like just in general, I loved with Murdine the cave scene, and just popping in and handing out potions just quite perfunctorily. And then finally, of course, the council about the will of the people. That was so good. I really loved with Scythe just gathering the guerrilla troops and going down to the cells and heading off at the pass any potential future Jean Valjean's happening. I was very appreciative of that, and just all of the being on it, basically having people everywhere. It works really nicely, and so that worked out so well. With Corey, I loved the long eclipse. And just then becoming the Lady of the Lake with Gaverus, kind of setting him up as her agent. That was so good. It was such a great moment. I loved that. That was such I love it when you're able to burrow into the story that you're currently in, even if your character isn't as directly connected to it, and grab it and use it as part of your continuing story. I love it when players can do that. And this was no exception with this. It's so good. It's so good. And I loved that moment. With Laudine, just basically when you were talking to him gently about the current situation, just before he popped out. And then, toward the end, considering the full responsibility and the narrative before taking the throne. And just, again, it is just the process, the way Laudine processes everything that is going on and the weight of the responsibility is fantastic. Just so good. So good. And I just want to say, Brian, I loved the featured NPCs today so much. I mean, I always do, but I mean, Igraine was awesome. The dragon was awesome. Riddiger bringing in the banner of Old Avalon. And just, Brian, the fact that you have been able to keep all of these plates spinning because you know what very different things we all want and what very different things we're all looking for and our very different approaches each one of us has. And you're able to keep things running with all of that in mind.
That's why I married him.
I was certainly very satisfied. I understand.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
And even though this was a big Laudine and Merdine episode, I still felt very included in everything. And that's down to some of that's down to Brian's plate spinning, some of that's just down to our group dynamic, which I am really enjoying, and the fact that
the way all of you played made that part easy. So thank you for that. That was yes.
And I will say, I have noticed that I do like Trooper's observation that the character dynamics between everybody has changed from season 1, in no small part due to the fact that we swapped out Atropos for Kore. But it's just fascinating to see how things develop as a result of everything that's been happening, and I cannot wait to see where this goes. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to wait because we got a couple of weeks before we can be back. Alas. In the meantime, once again, I'm Jim Ryan. You can find me at OtherDoc on Twitch, YouTube, and most social media platforms. Wherever I'm not OtherDoc, I'm Jim, yes, that Jim. My website is jimyesthatjim.com, where you can find my Geek Observation podcast and links to my various other podcasts, audio dramas, writings, and such. Down below, you can find access to my website, social media links, YouTube channel, things I'm selling, and various other things. So as for me, coming up here Tuesday, the premiere of our short Draw Steel campaign, GM'd by Levi. I cannot wait. I'm very excited. We got to do a little testing session to get our feet wet, and I'm enjoying the system so far. There's a lot of this going on. It's a little more combat heavy, and so I expect a lot of that. But it's interesting. It's very interesting to see how that is playing out, and I'm very excited, even just for the characters that we have, and to see how they not only how they fight but how they interact. So I'm looking forward to that a great deal. So that premiere is on Tuesday evening. On Thursday, if everything goes well, we should hopefully be back over on High Shelf Collective for His Majesty the Worm, that campaign that I'm in. We're keeping our fingers crossed because it can take a while getting back into it if you've been off for a while. We'll see. But with any luck, that'll be happening. And aside from that, I'm just, occasionally playing video games here. Again, like I said, we've got next Sunday off. And so we will be back 2 Sundays hence over on the 26th. The 26th of this month of April. My God, April's going quickly. I don't know how this is allowed, but it happens. Folks, thank you all once again for being with us. I've been so excited I didn't even check to see things, but I do see some folks that I know are streaming a few different places. We're gonna go say hi to someone when we hit the end card. Feel free to hang on if you are so inclined and say hi to them with us. In the meantime, please remember that you are unique. There is no one on this planet like you, and that is wonderful, because variety is so important, especially right now, and you matter. So just please remember to take care of yourselves. Absolutely give yourselves grace when you need to. And we will catch you next time. Farewell.